You back? Energized?
Yeah, I'm fired up today. Hope everyone's ready for a fiery podcast.
It's Monday.
I know, we usually do this on Thursday. Monday,
Yeah.
it's a little different for sure.
I think Mondays are the hardest days to do a podcast.
I would agree. We'll see how this goes.
Yeah, could be an interesting one.
We got Omar on the podcast, though.
I'm here.
Omar, what is your official title at GOHUNT?
It's paid media specialist.
Yeah.
So running like Facebook ads. So if you see like the ads, you know, that says sponsored by GOHUNT, I'm probably behind there somewhere trying to get you guys.
Trying to get you guys. That's that guy. Don't get mad at the business. Get mad at him.
Which I've really actually grown to enjoy, because sometimes I see like some of the stuff I used to do back in the day when I kind of was in that position, and then now what he's doing, I'm like, whoa, yeah, it's way different. It's way better. Like
It's good.
I could have never done any of that.
It is really good. When did you start working for us? I can't remember the exact
August.
date. August of last year.
Last year, yeah.
August of 2022.
Where'd you come from? Let's get into that.
I came from Vancouver, Washington. Porter always says Portland, Oregon.
He does always say Portland. I was watching the Marchery Madness video, and I was like, where's this come from?
But it's
You ain't in Portlandia?
I'm from Washington.
From
So-
the Washington State.
Washington State.
Got it.
Which ties in perfectly to what we're going to talk about, because Washington State got rid of Spring Bear, and this is kind of going to be a little focused on Spring Bear here. But
It's going to be very focused on Spring Bear.
yeah,
I just want to dive into, though, of what we've been talking about with Omar the last couple of weeks about he's just slowly killing his body for a little bit.
I mean, I massive respect, first of all. Like the level of miles that this guy runs. So he's quickly gotten the nickname Goggins Jr. around the office, and it is fucking well deserved. He posts his mileage for the month of March, and he posts his mileage on his runs. It is.
Weren't you up to like 240 in March?
yeah, I think I ended up like 240 or something like that in March, and I'm off to a good start in April because I ran 9 on Saturday and 26.2 yesterday.
Well, hold on.
Yeah, we
I
gotta get
gave
to the
you
other story.
shit. So the first time you ran 26. Or
22.
No, sorry, 22.
22.
And then I gave you shit for quitting.
Yeah, that was last weekend.
Okay.
And I was like, hey guys, just ran like 20, because we got the whole Go Hunt Fit channel and stuff, and like a bunch of guys in there throwing, you know, like different goals that they're up to. Some are weightlifting, some are running. And so I threw in there last week in the Go Hunt Fit channel that I ran 22 miles. And I was expecting like, oh dang, like cool, which is kind of what I got. But then Lorenzo's like, why'd you quit? I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, you didn't run, you should have just ran the marathon.
4.2 miles short, man. Like, why?
At that point, the endorphins and whatever else is going on in your head is already through the roof. Like,
Just keep going.
you're just numb right now. Just keep going for another 4 miles.
I will say, like, the shoes, though, like, they make it or break it. And the shoes that I had on were just not making it. So I wore different shoes this time, and I was cruising. And
What are the two different shoes?
Yeah.
should I mention it on here?
Of course.
Actually, the one that I ran the 22 ins that I'm wearing right now is these Solomon something. I don't know. They're just like...
Take a shoe off.
I'll take my shoe.
Yeah, everybody's foot is different. It doesn't mean anything about the shoe. It just...
Yeah, so it was new, like right when I wore it, which was probably like a bad idea. I think I wore it for like a 9-mile run and then wore it again for 22 miles.
Can I see it? I just want to see how light it is.
It's super light.
Oh, dude, that does feel like a running shoe.
And it kind of just like, I don't know, my foot wasn't really used to it or nothing, but I've been running these ultras lately. And those, I mean, I could just crush miles with those. Like there's no resistance or nothing. Like, I don't know. It might be like
The Ultras?
zero. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what I ran in yesterday.
Which model of the Ultra?
I'm always the worst. Like
Me too. I can't remember any of the models.
I don't know, the Ultra Road
So
running
hard to
shoe.
remember.
Yeah.
But it's safe to say that you're addicted to running almost.
Well, I want to give the answer to what I gave you. Yeah, I said you quit, but then it was kind of funny. He said, yeah, I didn't bring any water and I wasn't expecting any elevation. And he was on the Red Rock
Loop, which is so crazy
like,
elevation.
Bro, you were definitely not from Vegas. If you go out to the west side of town, there is nothing flat.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah, which the elevation did kill me that day because I was not expecting it. And then also I didn't mention it, but I wore a hoodie. So I was like 6 miles in wearing a hoodie, like realizing I'm just like losing a bunch of water, like sweating and everything. And then like I take the hoodie off, I almost threw it on the side of the road, but then I was like, no, I can't do that because it's gonna cost me $50 to get in here with my truck. And yeah, no, so I just kept running, but like the elevation, you start gaining a lot of elevation, which I've driven that road once, but didn't even realize anything about elevation or nothing. And then no water, nothing. So it was miserable. But I tie that into hunting because it's like you got to problem solve, or like you got to get through that problem. You know, like for example, like in this problem, it's like, yeah, I have no water. Yeah, I'm hot and everything. But like I knew there was like an end, like, and that end was like the truck for me. So like I knew at the truck there was water, which like in hunting, that'd be like base camp. So like there's going to be water, like the world's not going to end. Like I'll be totally fine, which is kind of like why I like running, and like especially like running the distances, because I could just correlate it to like hunting. And like
That's
also
that pack out mentality for me. Like just keep fucking going. Mm-hmm. One foot in front of the other. You're going to hit the truck, and that's where life is, right?
Yeah.
Like that's where that nice comfy seat is. You recline it, the food, the water that you packed in there for when you knew you were going to get back. Like that's that pack out mentality. I get that. I can't get myself to run that far, but I get that mentality.
Which might also be funny to know is I've never packed out like a big game animal too. So like it's like I haven't met you yet there on how the pack out feels, but it's like one of those things where like in my head, like I just imagine like, you know, I'm doing everything right now to hopefully one day like be able to feel like what that feels like, and you know, hopefully in the spring.
Yeah, Omar and I are gonna go.
That's why we have him. Get into it, Brady. What are you guys doing?
Well, first off, I want to jump into his claim to fame, though. We're talking about running. Mm-hmm. His claim to fame the other week, actually meeting Goggins on a run.
Yeah, that actually was a good story. Which have we posted that? Why did we not post that? I asked you about that, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. I don't know why. I sent it to the right people, but I don't know why we didn't post it. Might have been that
I'll have to check in on that.
I wasn't wearing a GOHUNT hat.
Well, who cares? What was it?
Matthews.
Who cares?
Yeah.
Yeah, all good.
And
like if it wasn't an OnlyFans hat or like something weird like that, you know?
No, I didn't wear my OnlyFans hat that day.
But we definitely need to post that.
I agree. That's awesome. Yeah, Goggins lives in Vegas now, and we do like he runs past my son's school. So a lot of the times when I think I worked out really hard in the morning and I'm like hurting to drive my son to school, and I see him running, he's probably on like his 200th mile. I'm like,
oh, you see him like often?
yeah. Oh yeah.
Really?
And then I feel bad about myself. I'm like, okay, I didn't go that hard this morning. This guy's probably ran through the night.
Yeah.
You know?
So to that story, I had just found like this new running, I wouldn't call it, it's a road, Red Rock, like the road. And I was just going there. I think it was like my second or third time running it. And I'm on the phone with my buddy, and then I knew Goggins ran in Vegas. I never knew where. But like, I mean, Goggins is like a huge inspiration, especially for like, you know, people like just starting to get into fitness, or like this, like having COVID. So like I was listening to like a lot of Goggins books and stuff. And like just one of those guys who's like, damn, like this guy is a solid dude, like has like a very like strong attitude to him, and like something I could just get behind, like just like what I consider like an alpha, against like other people. And so anyways, I was like driving, parked my truck, and then I see this bald dude running without his shirt off, and I was on the phone with my buddy, and then I was like, oh man, I think I see Goggins, joking around. And then there's actually a car that was crashed earlier. Like there was a car that was crashed, and then
this is a wild setting. First of all, hold on. There's a crashed car in Goggins is running.
Yeah, there's a crashed car, bald dude running, and then like the bald guy, which turns into Goggins, like checks to make sure that everyone in that car is fine.
Of course.
And I'm just like watching. I'm like, and then by then, like I realize it's like, holy shit, it's David Goggins. Like I hang up on my buddy. I'm like shaking, like.
Yeah.
Like adrenaline shaking, like, you know, like, I don't know, like just something crazy. And I'm like shaking. I get out. I'm like, Goggins. He like looks over. Of course, one of Goggins' like biggest things is like no headphones. I don't know how he does it, but no headphones.
That's wild that he doesn't use
mental.
headphones.
It's all about his own mind. Yeah. Which is crazy. And so he hears me, and I'm just like, what's up, man? Like huge fan. He's like, pull out your phone. Let's take a video.
That's so awesome, bro.
So awesome. We take a quick little video, and I mean, quick, like that, like what was in the video was it. So I'm just like recording, I'm like out here with David Goggins, and he's like, just getting my run in. And then he goes, Goggins out. And he just starts running away.
I love it.
And what's funny about that is he reposted the video to his Instagram, and then like he's just got like a giant following. So like someone made a TikTok of it. And when I last checked, I had like 700K views.
Holy shit.
Yeah, that video blew up on the old
That's
TikTok.
awesome.
Yeah.
I'm not a TikTok user, but I'm glad you showed it to me.
It's so nice. Goggins Jr. got to run into Goggins Sr.
Yeah.
It's so nice.
And then we had the Marchery Madness, and Porter was just calling me Goggins Jr., which...
Well, when we saw your March totals, that's when we started calling you. You kept telling us you were a runner, and we were like, yeah, you know, like clearly you're a runner. You can look at you and know that you're a runner.
Yeah.
But then you started posting your March miles, and we're all like, holy shit, dude, this guy really is a runner, man. Like, this is nuts.
Yeah, I enjoy running, but I don't think I've ever came close to any of those miles.
I do not enjoy
Omar
running.
runs.
I just don't do it. And that's what he gets into what Brady was talking about, the beat down in your body.
Yeah.
Right? Like hunting is about the longevity of joints and bones and, you know, the small joint and bone connections, knees, ankles, toes, even for that matter. Right? And it's like, I mean, yeah, I'm talking shit on it because I can't run a marathon on a random Sunday morning. So that's why I say it first, just to be clear. And if I'm being honest, that's why I say it. But Brady and I are on the same page.
It's the same thing. Like, you know, 2018, I don't know if I can call it retired, but I retired from playing basketball.
Mm-hmm. You can call it retired. You were a champion.
Yeah. I have a banner hung up in this town with my name on it.
You had those.
So it's like, I had to pick my poison. Do I want to continue playing basketball, which really doesn't do anything for me? It's fun. It's great. But I think about all my knees, my joints. I'm playing against literally ex-Lakers players who come to Vegas. And I'm playing with these guys who are ginormous. I am not the guy who should be guarding someone who's 6'11".
Yeah, makes you look short.
Yeah. And so it's like, do I want to continue doing something that's not going to benefit hunting directly? Yeah, the fitness and stuff is great. Of
course.
Working on ankle stability, like in basketball, but the chance of me getting injured is so much more severe than me doing other types of workouts.
Yeah.
So that's why I retired from that to just then, you know, hike and now start lifting a lot more because that's a direct benefit correlation to hunting. I'd rather hunt my whole life than play basketball. Basketball doesn't do anything for me anymore. And it's not like I'm going to make it to the NBA or the G League or anything like that.
And when you and I were talking, like the thing with basketball is when you leave the ground, you're returning back to the ground, but everyone's standing in the same spot. Yeah. So the amount of like ankle and outer knee injuries from that is just, that's when you decided it wasn't worth it. And I was so happy for you.
It's
I'm like, yeah, bro, you can't do this.
A lot of quick movements too, right? With basketball where it's like, or even like Brady's tall, like, and I'm sure he's dunking on people. Like, release like that rim wrong and you tear a bicep or something.
He's got tape.
Yeah.
He's dunking on a lot of people.
Oh, he does have a tape?
Oh, yeah.
I have a dunk tape.
He's dunking on a lot of people.
I love it. I need to see this dunk tape.
We actually should put his, don't you have your highlight tape still, right?
The highlight tape, I was trying to find them when we did something recently. Oh, that one dunk contest video. Yeah. Remember you guys like basically said, oh, can you go dunking anywhere? I'm like, yeah, I can dunk it anytime. Yeah. The guy who had all my YouTube mixtapes from the gym pulled them down for some reason, even though they were all getting a ton of views, because like each one of us had a dunk mixtape on YouTube. Yeah. So I reached out to him like, hey man, do you got those old videos? He's like, oh, I don't know where they're at. I'm like, dude, I just want to I want those videos for myself.
Download that from YouTube?
I should have downloaded it from back in the day.
This is not the Brady I know.
I know. I had
Cody, this is not the Brady we know.
I usually what the hell is going on? I have receipts of everything.
You
screenshots,
literally everything.
Yeah. And so I had the link saved, and so I clicked. I was like, man, the link's still good. Maybe I can go one of those like way back website things and try to find the video and try to download it really quick. But yeah, I don't have them anymore. I have a few of them, but I don't have the really solid ones where like dunking the guy's face out.
Do you remember when everyone, because I know you played football, so like when everyone's like doing football, they had the film, and there was always this one website that they would upload it to.
Max Preps.
Max Reps.
Preps. Max Preps.
Max Preps.
Yeah.
We need your Max Preps on that.
Yeah, for sure. Did you find Brady? Brady Miller, Max Preps. Is it on Max Preps? I think this embarrassing as this is.
Yeah, I don't know, because I played high school basketball though back in the day when there wasn't social media, so I don't think this is going to be me.
That's what Max Preps did, because I was playing before social too. Yeah. That's what it was.
I was in the book back in the day. Like we had a printed off book in our high school, like upcoming players to watch out for. Like,
you know what's crazy is we're not that old. I mean, we're definitely getting up there, but we're like.
But when you think about it, though, we played competitive sports without social media.
None, zero. Max Preps was our that was the hub for everyone to go look at, like, you know, if you heard about a player in your town, that's where you'd go to look at the film of that player.
There was no social media. There was barely any phones who could record any video.
And now these guys are having highlight reels like daily, like hourly. During the game, they got highlights coming out. It's fucking crazy. Crazy. There is only one Brady Miller that I know of. This has got to be the same Brady.
But like the whole running side, though, like you said, though, it does, even though we make fun of it a little bit, but it's like the mental side of
for sure
the challenge that you're going through. Like you can then kind convert that over to a hunt 100%. Like, look at Cam Haynes, that guy's a beast. He's still running all the time.
Absolute
He's still lifting.
beast. He just ran a 50K over the weekend, I saw.
Yeah, he got second
place to one of his buddies, right?
No, his brother got first place.
That's his brother?
It's his stepbrother, yeah.
Oh, shit,
Todd
I didn't know
Spike,
that.
which is an savage, too, like when it comes to trail running. But
Well, anyone who's winning a 50K race on a fucking random Sunday morning is a savage.
yeah.
Like, absolute savage.
Yeah, that's his...
For anybody who's running a marathon like you, for no awards, no accolades, you just woke up and started running marathon distance for whatever reason.
I did it because I told you I would do it.
That's true. Well, because I said you quit. And
Yeah.
I have only said that because I'm talking shit because I can't do it. Let's be clear. That's why I was talking shit. But you did quit 4.2 miles short, and now you made up for it.
And it wasn't my goal that day. Like, I was just like, all right, I'm gonna, because I was like my first like quote unquote long run. So I was like, all right, let me see how many miles I could get, like how I feel. And then I did like mapped out this loop, which I didn't plan for any elevation, didn't bring any water, so I like completely just like shit the bed planning wise. And then this next time,
Don't let that happen with hunting.
No, I'm not. I'm not. That's not the plan. And then this weekend, I was like, all right, I'm going to bring some water. I'm going to come up with a plan. And I was just 10 miles in. I was going past Blue Diamond, like the little town, and I needed 3 more miles to get to 13. And what I love about when I go run, I just park my truck somewhere. So like, however much I go out, I need to come back.
Yep.
Unless I want to get an Uber, which is like going to be like embarrassing.
That's embarrassing.
Yeah.
You can't do that. You can't do that. You can't be Goggins Jr. calling an Uber to go back to your truck.
Nope.
That's like those guys who go on those big crazy hikes and get cliffed out and like, I'm just going to punch my in reach instead of like
I'll
going
just
back
get
down.
picked up. Yeah. You can't do that.
Call the taxi out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nope. Not here.
I was so inspired. I ran 1 mile yesterday.
I love
That's how
it.
inspired I was.
I saw that. And I was like,
wanted to
ooh.
make sure I could still run a mile.
And it felt amazing, right?
You said that it did not feel amazing.
No.
It's so foreign to me now because it's been so long. It felt very awkward, but it is like, honestly, not just giving you respect here, but like it is motivating to be like, holy shit, man, I just want to see what I could do. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. If you could just go out on a random Sunday and run a marathon, it was pretty wild. I mean, I felt good. I just didn't feel athletic in the movement. You know what I mean? Like my body, I felt fine, but my body I just felt like weird.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But I mean, that'd be like the same if I were like to throw, however much amount of weight, like I squat and stuff, but like when we lifted, like a month or two ago now, and like just watching like the weight you're doing, it's like the same thing, right? Like that's your expertise, and like my expertise is like the running.
Yeah.
So like it's the kind of
my
same
form
thing.
doesn't break down no matter how heavy I go, and your running, no matter how far you go, doesn't break down.
Yeah.
Same shit.
Exactly.
Same shit. Well, I can tell you this. So I've hunted with Brady in the backcountry quite a few times. And how many times have we gone? 2, 3 times?
Yeah, 2 times, I think.
Yeah. So he is the mountain athlete. That's the what do we call you? Spider monkey?
Spider monkey.
The spider monkey. That's his nickname he's gotten in the backcountry. And so the amount you're running is, I think you'll be fine there. Yeah. I think. You think so?
I think
you
so.
got long legs too. That's the hardest part for me with Brady is my legs I can't cover the same amount of distance.
And the thing that I was like, joking with him before, and some of the guys in the office, like, oh, can Omar hang with Brady in the backcountry? It's like, I definitely think he can 100% hang because of all the stuff he's doing right now. He has the mental toughness to do it.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, sometimes it might, even for me, like it might take me a while to get up a mountain or whatever, but like I'm going to get there with all the weight I carry. Yeah. And then I'm going to, think like, oh, there's an animal 3 miles away. Like, oh, it's going to suck to get over there. Like, that's not the thought in my head that I'm thinking about. I'm like, I'm going to still go over there.
I'm going there.
I'm going to go there. I don't care if I have to hike back at 3 a.m, if it's raining, if it's snowing. I'm still going to go over there to check it out because I need success.
Yeah.
Like I crave that one more ridge mentality of going further and deeper and deeper. And Omar obviously has that because he runs all the freaking time.
Well, I mean, he's got it just on a random weekend getting out of his car. I think you'll be good there. So like what I told Brady is like, look, I'm not going to hang with you at the mountain, but I'll see you up there.
Yeah.
Like just go. I'll be there.
You're
what I mean?
You're the diesel engine.
I'm the diesel, man. Like nice and steady. That's my whole. I just can't keep up with his legs. You know what I mean?
How tall are you?
You'll be fine there. 6 foot, maybe.
6 foot. See, I'm 5'10", 5'11", so.
Your legs are long. I got some short ass legs.
Nah, that's true.
I got a lot of extra weight compared to you.
Yeah.
my legs are like a cheat code in the mountains.
They
like,
really, it's unbelievable. You're going to see it firsthand.
Well,
so the reason we have you on here is for your guys' bear hunting coming up, right? And you guys have already planned this.
We already planned it. Kind of like going back, I really wanted to go bear hunting and like one day I just jokingly was like, I was sitting in my boss's office, Katie, and I was just sitting in there, and Brady pops in, and I'm like, hey, Brady, there's still a spot open on my bear hunt if you want to come. And I just said it jokingly. And then like later that night, he texted me, and he was like, let's go bear hunting. And I was like, yeah, like, let's go. Like, I'm down.
Yeah.
Like, tell me what I need to do. So we've been planning it, and
We've been planning for a long time.
yeah, I looked today. It's like 31 days until
planning.
No, 31 days until launch date.
I think
Yeah.
he means
Oh, shit.
60 something. Let's not put an exact.
Yeah,
let's not put an exact date on my secret dates that I'm going, so everyone knows when the optimum.
60
is.
something.
Yeah, you're gonna learn this the hard way too with Brady. You don't say a word
you fudge
about anything.
everything.
if you're going to Washington D.C., tell everyone you're going to like Honolulu.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Well, we're going to Mexico.
Okay,
Yeah, that's he's starting to learn. He's starting
right.
telling people in the office we're going to Mexico bear hunting.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah.
Love
Yeah.
it. You're catching on there.
Catching on
One little
quick.
slip up on the dates, but we'll let that slide. So who's taking the planning over you, Brady?
Yeah, I've been doing a lot of the planning because like I've bear hunted in quite a few different Western states now, and kind of have a rough idea on the terrain that you need, the time of year maybe. Looking at a lot of these snow water equivalent snowpack map type things, like trying to figure out what areas we can get into, what areas might not be able to get into, and just kind of figuring out, logistic wise, because some of these bear hunts, like the nice thing is bear hunts can be a multitude of different things. It can be as easy as you want, or it can be as hard as you want. Like you could just, ride some roads, have a really fun hunt, be successful. Totally can.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Yeah. Or you can do it the other way, which I like to do. Most people know, like I do like to suffer. Like
Fact. That is an absolute fact.
it's like going back to the sports thing. It's like, am I going to become a better hunter by just doing things the easy way the whole time? Just like in sports. Like if I practice against really good players all the time, it's going to elevate my game to another level. And so like bear hunting to me is something where I can test my body, test my gear, and push myself further and further in there. That's going to then make dividends to a fall hunt later on. So I like that suffer. I like this. We want to do the same style hunt I would do for mule deer, but do it with bears.
Yeah.
And that's why literally, it's crazy for some people to think, but bear hunting to me is my second favorite animal to hunt.
Oh boy, get ready, Omar. I'm getting fired up right now listening to him because I know how he is on the other stuff.
I'm fired up too.
Like, no joke, bear hunting to me is so exciting.
You've killed a shitload of bears.
Yeah, it's just, I am addicted to them. Everything about a bear just is so unique and cool to me.
Long
And
range shooting too, right?
yeah, you can have long range, you can have close range, but it's just like long range glassing techniques, like fine tuning, like exact gear, the food you're going to bring, vacuum sealing everything to know like, okay, I have nutrition requirements for every single day. Here's our plan to go over here. We're going to have a food stash there. We're going to, if we kill a bear, we're going to hang it here and then hike up to our camp that's way higher. We see a bear, we're going to have to drop 2,000 feet elevation, climb another 1,000 feet elevation. Like it's nasty where I like to hunt.
Yeah.
But because of that, that leads really well into my fall hunts because, okay, I know the gear I need to bring. I know how to prep and plan for it. And the e-scouting stuff I do right now is the exact same stuff I do for deer. But it's just like, I want that same challenge I get later in the year in a bear hunt.
So let me ask you this, listening to you talk. So a pointed question, do you like bear hunting because of the training it gives you going into the fall? Or do you like specifically that, like it's your practice run, it's your dress rehearsal, whatever you want to call it? Or do you genuinely like hunting bears? Like you like the animal, you like how they act, you like their habits, what they're doing,
Yep.
how to find it, like what is it?
That's a tough question. I think it's a little bit of both. I think it's a lot of the cabin fever mentality. Like hunting season just got over in November, December, what it might be. Yeah, I went javelina hunting, but that's not really a hunt. It's like I just have an itch to get back out there. And I don't want to wait. I'm not a shed hunter. Like I'm not going to be that person who's going to shed hunt. People who do shed hunt, sure, go for it.
We got a podcast on that. You can hear our thoughts.
Yeah, you have to have that, but maybe this year give them a break.
Yeah.
But it's like, this is my way to get back out in the mountains and do something crazy. But at the same time, though, I do love everything about trying to find a bear and trying to find a big, old, mature bear.
Big bear. Yeah.
Because like, yeah, there's a lot of bears out there. Field judging them's hard. Finding a bear's hard. Trying to find a bear and then kill it's also hard because sometimes these bears don't do the same thing twice. It's like a big old mule deer. It really relates to me a lot to mule deer hunting because glassing, you really have to be on your optics all day. These bears aren't just out in the open. They could be in this little timber patch. You could be like, well, we didn't see a bear today. what should we do tomorrow? I'm like, well, maybe we should sit here and glass it again because a bear is doing what a bear does. Like it might just be in that timber patch and never going to come out in the open. Give it 2 days. And it's like the same thing, guessing like, is that big buck in that basin? I know he's got to be in there because the terrain just looks perfectly. Maybe there's some smaller bucks down below. Like, where's that giant at? And I'm just trying to find that giant bear in this mountain terrain. And it's like, it correlates really well to me with mule deer game. Because I get everything out of it. I get snow, I get rain. You always get snow or rain on my preferred late season.
It looks like you're going to get snow this year. I mean, it's like the nonstop.
Oh, buddy,
winter.
yeah. So it's like, but then also too, just watching the demeanor of a bear all day, there's something special about it. Like, it's so cool to watch a bear, like them sitting down, like raising their paw up in the air. Like, they do start to look like a human every now and then. And I start to kind of feel a little bad because like their demeanor is funny. They get up and scratch themselves against a tree, you know. Big boar will come down and chase a bunch of cubs up a tree and try to eat them. Like, it's just crazy the shit you see out there.
That's awesome. Yeah, see, I've never spring bear hunted. I've never bear hunted. Listening to you, I can, like, you're making all the sense in the world to me. Not being a bear hunter, like how it correlates to high country, backcountry mule deer hunting makes all the sense in the world. Like, I've always used the spring to like almost get my life back together a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, stay hyper focused, get my life back a little bit, and then, you know, wife, family, business, things like that. But I have wanted to, and I've always heard just like little bits and pieces of stories of never like that though. Now it's making total sense to me that it's like ultra correlative to the fall hunts.
And it's just like, I enjoy too being able to utilize a bear hunt in a way to maybe test out a new piece of gear. Throw something in my kit that I kind of want to test out, but I want to test out to an extreme level. I don't just want to say like, hey, on this summer scouting trip where I might only go like 5 miles in, let's test out that piece of gear, that new tent. I want to throw it into a real situation.
So you're willing to test a new piece of gear on that, but not on your fall mule deer sabbatical.
Yeah, because the fall, I have to be dialed when it comes to that mule deer in the fall. So this is a good way to maybe say like, hey, you know, let's test out this shelter. Let's maybe grab a different optic setup, or maybe like instead of glassing off a tripod, you know, maybe I'll, you know, use electro optics, the SIG, and just try to be able to pick out terrain a little easier, and then figure out, okay, that worked really well on that bear hunt. Does it correlate to my deer hunt later on?
That makes a ton of sense to me, for sure. That is kind of that dress rehearsal mentality, right? Like, let's give this a go, see if it works. If not, then we'll change things up for the next go around.
And like we're saying, like the weather is so similar. So literally what you pack on a bear hunt, because it is that, you know, early spring, you could get snow, you could get rain,
could get a warm day,
could get really warm, could have a great afternoon nap if you wanted to. But it's like that weather is so similar to the fall. So everything I take really becomes my deer gear list later in the fall.
Shit, that makes a ton of sense, man. Like, a lot. You Omar, you haven't bear hunted, right?
No, I haven't bear hunted. In Washington, they closed down spring bear, and I always wanted to get out and do it, but like logistically, it was just like seemed like kind of one of those things where it was just kind of more of a hassle to do. But I mean, I was excited. Like right now, hunting, since I'm such a new hunter, I look at all these hunting opportunities as like these are like reps under the belt. So like I need, you know, these different, like some of these hunts, you know, like turkey or like shed hunting, like those are obviously like, I'm not going to get a lot of reps in there for like big game hunting. You know, I might be able to test gear and whatnot, but like I see bear as like one of those opportunities to like really be able to like test out physically, mentally, like everything, just kind of like gear and everything that I got. And that's going to just correlate over to like these like later season hunts or like September hunts that I got planned. And then again, like I think right now for me, like being so new to everything is like really understanding, like being out there, like what it's like. I went on a javelina hunt earlier, and like Brady said too, I was able to like harvest one, but like it doesn't really like fill the knowledge that I need to know for like some of these like hunts that I'm planning to go on later in September, October even. So like for me, it's just like I want to hop on every single hunt that I can, and I'm going to make it work out, you know, with work, with everything. If I can make it work out, then I'm going. I'm packing my truck and I'm leaving.
That's what me, Brady, and Trail talk about a lot, is the only way to get good at hunting is to kill stuff, right? Like reps under the belt, get as many tags as you can. And hunting is different than what it was when we started this thing, right? Like kind of the spring bear hunting, you know, turkey hunting, I guess it doesn't correlate a ton, but it does get you out there, test a little bit of stuff. Javelina hunting, glassing, that kind of stuff. Like that, it kind of has morphed more into like, that's the reps under the belt, so to speak. But it sounds like
that's the training.
It sounds like bear is kind of the the last true standing like reps under the belt.
And the one thing that's kind of different about bear, you hear some people talk about a lot, like, oh yeah, it's great. Maybe I'll go bear hunting in a unit I might hunt deer or elk in. And it sounds like it's a sound piece of advice when you think about it. Like, oh yeah, I'm going to go bear hunting in that same place I might go elk hunting later in the year. But when it comes to reality though, what I found, a lot of these places you're finding bears in the spring is not the same place you're going to be deer hunting or elk hunting in the fall. Like
even if you're in the same unit?
Even in the same unit. Like sometimes these bears are just going to be lower. They're going to be at the snow line and a little bit below it. So yes, if you are someone who maybe lives out east or the Midwest, and maybe you did draw, a Montana and Idaho, a Wyoming tag or whatever, and maybe you could use this as a way to scout out road systems, figure out access points and that sort of thing. So you can get that baseline stuff, but I don't think it directly correlates with, I'm hunting bears in this area. Is there also deer or elk in that area that I will be able to take in the fall? They're probably going to be in a different spot for the most part.
So let me ask you this question then. So my mind this year, because I've got some points in quite a few states for some high country mule deer hunts this year. I'm not concerned with the snow levels by any means, but like I'm interested in what's going to happen with the snow levels. Do you think you'd be able to figure out, like on this spring bear hunt, do you think you'd be able to draw a conclusion on snow levels on this hunt comparative to what they would be in the fall?
Yeah, I think
it's too far spaced out.
They might be a little far spaced out, but the only thing I'll be able to do is I can look back at everyone knows I take photos and drop waypoints of everything. Like
ultra detailed.
Yeah, I have a very big library of data, and as the years go on, my data set is growing. And so what I'm able to do on some of these hunts is my data, like I said, is growing. So I have photos I've taken last year.
Yeah.
I'm hunting in a different spot this year for bears.
New spot, never been?
New spot, never been.
That's fun.
But it's like I'll be able to slightly reference some of the photos when I'm there. Like, all right, last year we hunted this spot. The snow level was up there. I had a photo reference of it. I have a waypoint marked of where the snow line was. I can correlate that this year a little bit and be like, all right, well, the snow level is crazy far lower. Yes, it's a different area, but I can maybe extrapolate that with something else. Be like, all right, the snow level is a lot further. There could be some potential snowpack in this area later in the summer. Could be some more greener grass. Maybe some animals will congregate here a little bit. I might be able to figure out a pattern. Draw a
slight conclusion.
Yeah, or draw some little conclusions to it. But I think it might be a little hard still because it is early.
I'm just real interested. My favorite, favorite way to hunt in high country, backcountry is in the more rocky stuff, like more towards the top.
Yeah.
I know there's big deer like down kind of in that break of tree line to the tundra grass, but man, you get them in the rocks, it's pretty well game on,
Yep.
It's going to be interesting this year to see, like, man, there is a lot of snow, and it's like the nonstop winter. So I don't know if that stuff's going to be open. I mean, it'll probably be open this year, but like, are the animals actually going to make it back? That's why I wanted to ask you that.
Big thing right now too. Like, are they going to make it back from their winter range to the summer range?
All the way to the top, or is the snow going to take too long to melt off, and they just kind of stage up right where those trees break into the
maybe that green wave is going to be a little bit lower than it normally is, and so you can be staging down lower. Maybe the bulls aren't going to go as high, and there's going to be a little spot they might have to change to. So like maybe you can kind of do this. Maybe if you did some bear hunts more towards that like late May, or some of the states that have some June hunts, maybe you can start to figure out things there a little bit more.
I can see June being really good then,
Yeah, but it's like, that's just the thing though. Like, you're out there, you're collecting data. I'm out there, I might as well take a bunch of photos of scenery, even though I'll never share a single scenery photo, but I just use that for my library, or might just add it to a waypoint. Like, so this is what this looks like during this time of year. And then too, like, while I'm out there on this bear hunt, I'm collecting, like I said, data for future bear hunts.
Yeah.
And so you're just grabbing that big library of assets that you're building. Like, could you get across said stream this year compared to next year? Like, I don't know now because of the snow level right now, but these places could be raging and it'd be hard to get into some stuff. Or all
especially if it warms up quick, which is what it's doing in Vegas this year.
Yep.
It's like next week is mid 80s, and it looks like it doesn't stop. It's kind of weird how it just all of a sudden broke. It's 51 degrees today, and then just bang, it's going to change.
Which I think that's going to happen. My theory is that that's going to happen all around the West. So? It's like kind of like this like never ending winter, but like it's just going to hit a certain date and then boom, it's like gone.
Yeah.
So like those rivers are going to start flooding and
it'll
everything.
make it interesting. It's going to make it really interesting.
Yeah.
So is Brady taking you under his wing? Is he showing you some stuff?
Yeah, Brady's going to be taking me under his wing. I'm excited to learn. Like that's the biggest thing for me is just like learn.
Yeah.
I'm young and I'm like new into all this stuff. So like I'm just, I'm excited to learn and like just like listen to like what he has to say. I'm never going to be like the mentality like no, like we should do this because Brady is the ultimate like backcountry hunter, you know. So like my whole
spider monkey, man.
He's a spider monkey. Like my whole thing back there is just gonna be like listening to Brady, and then like after Brady said like that's where I'm gonna start developing like my data too, to start learning and like start fine tweaking my different things. And like now I've been in these experiences and like spent, you know, X amount of days back there, and like I could kind of like look back when I'm planning for some of these like later hunts, like what happened? Did that piece of gear work, or did it like it completely like shit the bed? And, so I'm excited.
Everyone always wonders like the recipe for being more successful, right? They say 10% of the hunters kill 90% of the animals. It's like, dude, the recipe is really simple. It's all about that data collection. That's what it is. It's reps under the belt, data collection. Like that's what it takes to be successful. It's really simple, but it's hard to do. You know what I mean? It's really hard to do.
And it's like, I think, you know, it's like a big like mental thing too, because like how Brady mentioned, like looking at like at one spot for a day and maybe you didn't see like a bear there, but like he could have been in that timber. So it's like mentally you got to be like ready to like, no, we got to give this like some more time. Like everything that a bear needs is going to be in this area. So like, you know, like that kind of like starts like building out like this like rep, like data collection in your mind. Cause I feel like a lot of people think like hunting is just like glamorous. Like there's going to be bucks or elk everywhere, but it's like, it's really not.
Not the case. And I can tell you that, like specifically, that is exactly how you hunt a big mule deer or a late season big bull. Like that's what it is. We didn't see shit today. What are we going to do tomorrow? The exact same thing. We're going to keep doing it. Like that's what it is.
Because like if you find a spot that looks like it has all the nutritional needs of an animal, like you can't just cross it off right away if you hadn't seen anything yet. Because especially like the bear hunting side, like sure, you could have a hillside that's green as all can be, and you look up higher, it's all brown. Like, well, where are the bears going to be at right now? They're going to be in these green patches. You got to figure out where that green elevation is by going out there. That's why the first day in this new spot, like we're literally going to be looking for where the greenest vegetation is and kind of honing in those areas and then taking note of that and then looking at maps in the evening, like, all right, that terrain was like that. Where's some other backup spots we can go to potentially if we don't see bears here? How can we use the data we're collecting real time for the next day? That's what was kind of fun too. Like Omar saying, we're like, I'm trying to, you know, not just saying I know everything, but just like going through some of like even the mapping side of things for bears. It's like there's a lot of tools we've been using right now that are going to correlate for him on a deer or elk hunt later on. Like looking at all these snowpack maps, like there's ways I utilize that now, just like I would on a late season mule deer hunt. Looking at all the weather patterns right now, correlating that with the late season mule deer hunt. Looking at even like, you know, webcam footage. That's another really big thing.
Highway webcams.
I use
that a lot.
Ski resort webcams.
We start getting into October, November. I'm on those highway webcams like crazy.
Yeah, you can learn a lot from those just by knowing what is melting in that area. Is it a big snowstorm coming in? Is that a north-facing slope or is that a south-facing slope? Well, if you look at those cameras a little bit, you can start to tell which direction they're facing. And then be like, all right, well, that's facing south. That's a good camera. We can constantly reference to how everything's melting here. Maybe it's melting that same spot in my spring bear area and start to, you know, collect some data pieces there and just start figuring out.
To waste the least amount of time possible when you're actually there. That's the end all be all. Like that is the go-to recipe.
Which like what Brady just mentioned, it's like, that's something I would have never really thought about, you know, 2 months ago, like that highway cam, like, and he showed me that and I was like, dang, like now this is something that I could take to all my other hunts, like going forward. And like if I need a reference snow or like what does the kind of vegetation look like right now, or like what can I expect like a month before the hunt, like so like that's like what I'm talking about. Where like I'm excited to just like learn and just get out there and like you know
those
like
highway cams are the not so secret weapon. You know what I mean? Like they help a ton just to see like what is actually on the ground. You know what I mean? And what direction is it facing, right?
And a lot of times too, it's like it might not be in the exact same area you're hunting. So you can't be like, well, I can't find one in my unit. Well, just go to the next unit over and
go
try
to the same elevation. Try to find one same elevation.
Yeah, try to find a ski resort that has like they update their stuff daily.
Literally,
like there's
daily.
So much imagery out there on ski resorts. They have their their lodge cam, they have their base cam. Like you can see what it might be melting. That way you know what you're going to be getting to when you get out there. Do I need to bring chains? Do I have to have extra gear for my truck because of all the snow level? Like you're going to get in an area we're driving on a mountain road. Do you need a chainsaw? I made that mistake before by not bringing a chainsaw on a bear hunt. And all of a sudden you get to an area, you get e-scouted, it looks so perfect. You get up there, there's 15 trees down in your way. Now I can't
That's
go
a
down
kick in
there.
the dick.
But they're all
Yeah.
small trees that I could have just been pounding through them really
Yeah.
quick. And here I am with my little hatchet and my
Trying to get through.
Pulaski trying to cut through them to get
Yeah.
through. But it's like,
You're never going to go backwards by knowing more information.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the more you can collect before you get out there, just trying to waste as least amount of time possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and the thing that kind of puts us at a slight advantage is like I have bear hunted so long that I do know certain elevations to kind of focus on. But that only comes with experience. But that again comes from just collecting that data and knowing what you saw in the previous year. Because like right now when we're scouting this out, I tell them we're jumping into GoHunt maps. We go to the terrain feature. We highlight these certain elevations, and this is the elevations we're going to focus on right now. It's like, yes, it could be different this year because snowpack could be a lot more, but these are the areas in the years past that I've always seen bears in. So we're going to use that to our advantage right now to hone in on a really good area. And so we have a ton of waypoints already picked out. We have a lot of camp spots, backup camp spots, potential spots we can get water, areas we can get up into some of these basins that also have little finger ridges. We can get to another basin, not just trying to pigeonhole ourselves into one spot and be like, well, we're not going to put all our eggs into that basket. We need to have areas where we can look over a lot of terrain right away first couple of days to hone in on things.
How many days are you guys going for?
What is it, 9?
Yeah.
Maybe 9.
So you got some time back there.
Yeah, we have a lot. Fortunately, I have a lot of time on there. And I think, we could probably find some bears and kill some bears, but like,
You want the Giants.
I want a big mature bear, and I want Omar's first bear to be one. He's like, damn, I'm excited about that bear.
Yeah.
I want to see him get excited, and just like
That's awesome.
see him go
I-
through the shakes.
Nothing better than that, right? Taking
Yeah.
somebody during that. I can tell you, hunting with Brady and Trail, guys like Brady and Trail, like I've been hunting a lot my whole life. Dude, hunting with guys like Brady and Trail, it's another level of just like kind of sit back, watch, and then just take in. I don't know. It's like just kind of take it. There's so many little nuances you pick up on. You're like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I get it.
Which it's cool for me too, because like like I started working at GoHunt in August, so like Brady's just one more ridge film. Like I remember like running to because it's like 40 minutes long.
Yeah.
Like I'd like throw it on there and like.
Well, you got like 15 miles done in 40 minutes?
No, or maybe like a short run. I would just like throw that on and just like listen to the audio and like just like the stuff that Brady says. Like, I think one of the quotes like, "What's the definition of insanity?" Like doing this, like doing something multiple times,
Doing
like
the same thing multiple times, expecting a different outcome.
Yep.
Yeah.
So like stuff like that, like that's what I'm excited to like, go into the backcountry and like just I keep saying this again, but just learn like. Knowledge for me is just like so exciting, and especially like at the situation I'm at right now is like kind of a new hunter and like being able to hunt with Brady and like going into the backcountry and like tackling like, this new challenge. But like, I'm not stressed about it because I know like I've done everything that I can right now to prepare. So like physically, like gear, we've been looking at our gear and all that stuff. So yeah, I'm excited. I can't wait till we pack up the truck and we're heading.
Yeah. Let's get real though, real quick.
Yep.
Actually, not real quick. Let's go deep here.
All right.
So obviously there's a ton of excitement, right? You're going big game hunting, going with one of the best there is, going to learn a ton of shit, right? What are you concerned about? I'm sure there's a lot of hunters out there that are, getting into it, wanting to do something big, but their concern is, they don't always have a Brady to go with, right? Like I'll never forget even though I had been hunting the first time I went in the backcountry with Brady, I'm like, holy shit, dude, here we go.
Yeah.
Like I'm going to learn some stuff. Right?
Yeah.
So like I know there's excitement there, and not everybody has that to go just take off into the backcountry, feel comfortable, know logistics and everything's solved for, right? So like, what are you concerned with? What are your concerns going into it? Because I'm sure there's a lot of people that can relate to that side of it, other than just the excitement.
I would just say like concern wise, like I'm just afraid like honestly of like getting sick or something like like elevation sickness or something like that, or like drink like water and it's like bad or something, and like that deters like the hunt. Mm-hmm. So like that I would say like that's my biggest concern is like if I get sick on that hunt or something, like then I know it's just gonna be terrible because I'm gonna be holding him back and like I'm gonna be holding myself back, and like all these months and stuff that we just put into planning and like just like logistics of everything, like I know that could like that one factor can just absolutely ruin this whole hunt.
So what's your water technique?
I have just a Catadine water pump, like little, you fill it up with water, and I've used it like on trail runs and different hunts before, but like that's worked solid for me. I'm not really like anticipating like the water. I used that same filter to like drink out of this like elk wallow that was just filled with piss and worms
Tastes
and
great,
nasty
doesn't it?
shit. And I'm still alive, so like I think it'll work. But I would just say like sickness or something like that, like something just crazy that you don't expect. It's always something that you don't expect.
You nervous
that
about
goes
your
wrong.
food setup? Wondering if you have too much, too little? You nervous anywhere there?
I'm not nervous yet because I haven't gone and planned it like thus yet. Like I have like a kind of a rough outline with like we talked last weekend or something like that, kind of like a rough outline of like the plan. And I told him and he's like, "Oh, you're gonna die. You have 1,500 calories." And
Yeah,
like
that's
that got me.
literally
Yeah.
what I don't pack a lot of calories to begin with either, but like when I listened to his, I was like,
1,500 is light.
I don't know what it was exactly, but in my head I was like,
What do you
that
eat on a
seems-
daily basis?
On a daily basis, it's like 4 eggs, some turkey bacon, a steak for like lunch. Depends, like maybe some chicken or like I'll get bored. Steak for lunch, chicken, some like sort of carbs, fruit, and then kind of repeat that for dinner.
So how many calories do you think you eat on a like a normal day, Monday, today? How much are you gonna eat?
I honestly like think like maybe like 2,000 calories.
You gonna run today?
Yeah,
How far?
9 miles.
Around 2,000 calories?
And I lift. And one thing I didn't highlight is for everyone thinking that I'm just like some running like
You're Goggins Jr., man.
little pony. I lift too.
What'd you do, 2,000 pull-ups today too?
No, I did some chest and tries.
Oh, nice.
No 2,000 pull-ups.
For the
maybe
beach,
one
huh?
day.
Getting ready for the beach
Yep,
this summer.
yep.
Nice.
The pools are open in Vegas, so
So you eat 2,000 calories on a normal day in Vegas, you know, doing some heavy
stuff, though. That's
some
what's
heavy
good, though.
work, but
Yeah.
you know, sitting a lot of the day too, right?
Yeah, yes.
Like we do have a real job. We
Yep.
are in the hunting industry, but as shitty as it is, we do have a real job.
yeah.
So, I mean, I would say at least that, but probably plus some.
Yeah, I'm thinking like the goal is probably gonna be like 2,500.
That's-
just
yeah.
considering the weight and everything. Like 25. If I get like 2,500, 2,700, like maybe, you know, I could start planning it out too. Like maybe I know like on the third day, like this might be like a time where like we start getting like into some serious action. I could plan that day. Like that's like my 3,000 calorie day or something
Yeah.
like that. Where like these other days, you know, maybe starting to get in there. It's like those are 25, 3,000, and then maybe, you know, I might get crazy and sacrifice the weight and like throw in a 4,000 calorie
Yeah.
meal in there too. It's like we're getting close to getting out of here, but like there's, you know, we maybe like done some crazy stuff already, gone over some crazy ridges, and like I just need like that 5th day maybe of like estimation of that meal is gonna like need to be 4,000 calories. So I can start planning out like that way.
Yeah.
And that's
It's honestly not a bad
That's
strategy.
similar to what I do. It's
Yeah.
very similar to what I do. I do about 2,700 calories, but I have a hard time eating when I'm like full
I
exertion, like getting in. I have a really hard time eating. But then the next day I'll be nuts, and then like after that I'll once I'm in the backcountry I'll kind of taper it off, and I'll try to as best I can save 1, maybe 2 things per day. And then as it gets further into the hunt, I have 2,700 plus calories because I'll bring something in from the day before
Yep.
if I didn't need it.
Yep.
If it was a heavy glass day, it wasn't a lot of country day, like I'll wean myself off some of the food.
Yeah.
So the next day I could probably get into like the 3,000 plus type of stuff.
Yeah.
But I have the same pack right around 2,700 calories every day, and then I'll just try to kind of wean into to bring some stuff later into the hunt for when
Yeah.
I really need it.
which it always seems for me like the heavy glass days are the days when I eat the most because
Yeah,
I'm
you're
just
kinda
sitting
bored.
there. I'm
That's
just
when you
like,
need a nice can of Rogue or multiple cans for that matter.
How much does this weigh, you think?
Not very much.
Not
That's
much?
a beautiful part.
Might have
I
to
know what
take
you
it.
mean. That's the boredom, right? Like
Yeah.
that's that boredom.
It's kind of like the boredom, like, you know, maybe like you're working and it's like, you know, you're
Snacking.
kind of just doing
Yeah.
the same thing, like, oh, I'm going to go snack.
Yeah.
It's like kind of like that same thing. And then like the days when like you're actually doing the most activity is the days that you don't eat that much just because like you're so busy and you're hyper focused.
But you know, as much as you run, it's about that night getting it back in for the next day.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like you're not trying to drive the next day into the ground.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Usually for me, like during the night is when I get the most hungry.
Yeah.
Like
Me too.
Yeah. I don't know why, but well, I mean, I know why, but it's like, yeah.
When it comes to food, though, I think a lot of times people will get out there, like you said, you get bored when you're sitting there glassing. You're like, oh, I'm just going to eat these 2 items. And all of a sudden, 30 minutes later, you're eating the next 2
next 2,
items.
yep.
And all of a sudden, though, when you have to go
Hard.
bomb off a ridge and drop down and climb up, then you all of a sudden realize you don't have any food for the rest of the day. And I think that's when it can get scary because then you could bonk a little bit and then you're going to start, getting stress in the knees, whatever, and you don't have anything to get yourself back out. And then I think that part where it gets a little bit scary because you don't know how to ration your food throughout the day, because around here, if you're constantly living at an office or whatever, you have food available to you all the time.
And recovery, just recovery tools.
Yeah, so it's so easy to keep just snacking and snacking and snacking. When you're out there, though, you realize like, oh, I wake up in the morning, I'm hungry from last night. Should I eat my breakfast and should I start eating my lunch a little bit? It sounds great, but that could be the detriment to later on in the day.
Yep.
We have to do it. And that's what's hard about, too, spring bear hunting. Like I said, you can make it as easy or as hard as you want. But the way I do it, we're hunting in the morning all the way through the afternoon. That's what gets really difficult, too, because at night, sometimes you can be glassing almost till 10 o'clock at night.
Long days.
Especially if you're going to hunt later into May when the sun's setting so late in the evening. So by the time you think, okay, it's dark now. Now we got to hike back to camp. Now we're eating dinner almost at midnight.
Yeah. And the sun's coming up at 4 o'clock.
Yeah. So it's a quick turnaround there. And so you have to really time out when you eat your food throughout the whole day. So you still have enough food, but then you have to know you can recover. Because like a lot of people will say like, oh yeah, bear hunting, it's like bears are like teenagers. That's the analogy I've heard for a longest time. They're up all night partying like teenagers do.
That's awesome. I've never heard that before.
So they're kind of like, you think like, oh, they're going to be like lazy in the morning. Like most people just hunt bears in the afternoon. Like that, sure, that's a prime time to hunt bears, a really great time to hunt bears. But a lot of guys are then giving up their morning hunt because you're so exhausted by the time you get back to camp. Like, shoot, it's midnight. Now we're not going to bed till 1 a.m.
Yeah.
How are we going to wake up at 6 to get out there and glass? Let's just wait and we'll just wake up, later and we'll start getting out there at 10, 11. And then you're missing that big part of the day. But bear hunting, really, like you can find a lot of good bear hunting in the morning. Like I've been seeing a lot of bears on the morning.
Have you killed in the morning in the past?
The bear I killed this last year, biggest bear I ever killed, I glassed him up the evening before. So we had a plan. Super jacked on it.
How far away?
It would have been like a 2,000 foot drop, like maybe 1.5 miles away. Like it was going to be a haul to get down to this bear. So we glassed him up with a decent amount of time. We probably could have made a play on it, but it was just risky. Like, why are we going to bomb off here tonight?
Yeah.
Try to kill this bear when we have tomorrow. Woke up early the next day. I put glass on that bear, I think at 7:30 in the morning or like 8 o'clock, something like that.
He was still up?
He was still up feeding around. So like I killed him by like 10:30, 11 in the morning. When I think most people aren't glassing in the morning, so they might not have located that bear. And that bear did go down and bedded down. So as we were stalking down, I was like, where's this bear at? Like he was just right here, glassing all over the place. Like if you would have started glassing at 10, you would have never seen that bear. And all of a sudden I saw like a little black spot move out from the side of the tree. He was literally sleeping behind a big stump and he had just moved a little bit to the point where I could see him.
They knock out sleep, right? Like full-blown knockout?
Yeah, like they're still kind of lethargic sometimes. That's why, you can hunt them early when they're lethargic and they're kind of going to be in their little home range in the green patch, or you can hunt them a little bit later when they're more moving around. But also you go too early, the bears could still be in the den and you're only hunting a few bears. So it's like you have to kind of risk.
So there's a strategy there.
There's a strategy of what you're kind of going for. But it's like just trying to, you're hunting all day. So you're going to get exhausted. And then you realize, well, there's no bears here. Now we got to drop down, go up, drop down again. And then you make a play on a bear. Maybe you don't kill him. Now you look back, you're like, oh shit, we have 2,500 feet of elevation. We got to go climb and it's dark out and it's raining now.
Are you changing anything with your food for this hunt? You trying anything new?
No, I keep it pretty much the same.
Yeah.
It's not like I won't do my stoveless food method this time of year. Like I will, I still have my, pro bar meal in the morning for breakfast or a green belly bar.
Yeah.
Middle of the day, I got like 3 honey stingers with 3 Justins or F-bomb, like nut butters.
Those things are good.
Really good. I have Baby Bell, bag of Fritos.
Salt. So nice.
Yep. Highest calorie per ounce, bag of Fritos. Chili cheese.
That's the best flavor. Or the honey barbecue.
Yep.
Honey barbecue is good too.
And then then I have another green belly bar in the afternoon, and then usually a giant whatever, I don't care what it is, what the flavor is. I just want the most calorie dinner possible.
Mountain House, Peak Refuel, whatever it is.
Doesn't matter which one it's
It's always freeze dried though?
Always freeze dried. I will eat the same one throughout the whole entire hunt.
Yeah.
Like my daily food does not change. I don't want to have, today I want peanut butter. The next day I want more chocolate and something. Like I don't care as long as I'm getting the calories. Yeah. And I got the fats and I got the carbs and I got the proteins. That's all I really care about. And I'll eat the same thing every single day. But on these hunts, we're going to drink copious amounts of coffee. So I hope you're ready for that.
That's the other. Thanks for reminding me. The amount of coffee back there, oh, buddy.
Yeah.
Get ready.
It's a lot.
And you're going to be exhausted. So we're literally, middle of the day, cranking up a jet boil, having some coffee. trying to stay energized.
What's your go-to coffee back there? Has it changed?
No, I mean, I have a bunch of the Starbucks Vias, but I hate freaking supporting them.
Yeah, me too.
So like, I have a metric shit ton of them now. So I'm trying to burn through those, but Black Rifle, they're little instant ones.
Those things are good.
So good. It actually tastes like a real cup of black coffee. Like I just like black coffee.
Yeah.
So like that's been my go-to for a while. It's like trying to get more of the
Those
Black
things
Rifle.
are good.
So I can't bring my creamer to the backcountry?
I mean, you can.
No.
You can.
I will make fun of you the whole
What are you
entire
going to
time.
sacrifice on for the creamer, though?
You know, I was
You can
thinking
bring more chew.
Yeah, that too.
I could probably like get rid of like maybe a meal or something if I bring some creamer. No, I'm joking. I like black coffee too. Like, I mean, in the backcountry, like just as much like of that shit that you could get into you. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, it's gonna make you stay up, blast more, and like all that stuff. And yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah.
But the thing that you were asking him earlier, the question was anything he's nervous about.
Yeah.
There's something I'm really nervous about.
What's that?
I didn't expect that. What is it?
Like very nervous about it.
What is it?
So you remember my goal at the beginning of the year
Yes.
was to drink a gallon of water a day.
Yes. That's going to be very difficult.
So I've been doing that the whole time.
Okay.
I've been drinking a gallon of water a day consecutively. Now it's April 3rd today.
Yeah. Is it April 3rd?
Yeah, it's
it
April
is
3rd.
April 3rd.
So it's like, I'm now concerned that my thought process before is I constantly live at a state of dehydration, that my body's just used to being dehydrated. So when I go hunting, I just don't need as much water.
Yeah.
I'm concerned now that I'm going to need a lot more water than normal.
I don't think it
All
works.
right, and
like
that water is weight. That's weight in my backpack. You already remember what I carry for optics. Like,
Oh, yeah.
Well, luckily, optics side, we should get into this. So
Oh, yeah.
when I was talking to Omar about this bear hunt,
Yeah.
he threw in the idea like, I'll carry your BTX for you.
That was the ticket to.
I was like,
book
done
Brady.
deal.
Was like, I was like, hey,
That's
man,
a good hunting partner, though.
I'll carry your optics for
Yeah.
you. And he was like, his like ears raised. He was like, oh, okay, like.
So
So now you get to bring in everything.
now I got to bring in a lot more,
BTX.
food, a lot more water. He's going to
Yeah.
suffer. That's why you should find a hunting partner who's at least 10 years younger than you, like Omar is. 'Cause, like,
And hungry.
I have the excuse the whole time of, I'm just the old guy. Like, I
Yeah.
can't carry that anymore.
We are getting to that age now.
Yeah,
It's
I can
great.
start to
It's
use
awesome.
that excuse.
Yeah.
And he's just a young guy. He should be able to carry more of my stuff.
Yeah. You run all the time, bro.
Yeah, you
You'll be
got
fine.
this.
No,
You'll be
I
good.
hope. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm just slightly concerned. Like, what are my water needs?
Are you still going to try to drink the gallon of water back there?
Oh no!
That'd be tough.
Like sometimes I'm barely a liter and a half a day when I'm in the mountains hunting. Like,
Yeah. I honestly, Omar said it when you were talking. I don't think it works that way. I actually think you're going to be better off now because
Better
your
off now?
body's actually going to be like repaired from the water you're giving it.
Yeah.
So then when you do run into not even dehydration, but when you do run into like weaning yourself to less water, you'll probably do better.
I don't know,
would hope.
man.
I
In
would
my,
think so.
my head, I'm like a camel.
I mean,
I just don't need it. And I can still perform because I'm so used to performing without it. And now, like even sitting here right now, like I realize I don't have any water in front of me. Like my throat's really dry right now.
are you going to start like giving yourself less water going into the hunt?
No, because that wasn't part of my goal for this year. of
True.
getting
Very
jacked.
true. That's what I do with food is I start to fast a little bit when I'm getting closer to a hunt. Try not to eat till like 11, 12 in the morning. And I am a breakfast person for sure.
The best meal.
Yeah, like for sure. But I always try to like, as I get closer to the hunt, I always try to, I mean, I shouldn't even call it fast. I mean, some people are doing like some crazy shit with fasting. I just try to push it off a little bit so I can, just get used to like super fasted workouts, recovering after that. I mean, granted, I'm sitting in an office. It's a little different. Mm-hmm. That's what I was talking about in the backcountry too, is like the recovery tools in the office, like on a normal daily life, right? Like you're running, you're doing all this stuff. You're sitting here, you're eating 2,000 calories. You can kick your feet up and go home, kick your feet up on the couch. You can't kick your feet up in the backcountry.
No.
You're sitting behind glass. Feet are always underneath you.
Yep.
You always got something on your back. Like you're not sleeping on, what do you have? Tempur-Pedic? Sleep number? What do you got?
I have a nice bed, but I don't have a couch.
That's good.
So
Little training there.
I'm not sleeping on no couch or nothing. I don't have a couch.
So you're saying you're softer because of it. Like I fall asleep on the couch all the time and I'm making myself stronger, but because I can know how to sleep on an uncomfortable situation all the time. I think last week I slept in my bed maybe 2 or 3 times a whole week.
That's just
I kept falling
so
asleep on my
crazy to
couch.
me. That's
But
so crazy.
but also because like I do work out so late in the evening.
Yes.
And then I'm trying to stay up a little bit. I don't want to go right to bed after I work out. Like last night I got home at 12:45 in the morning from
Night
the
owl,
gym.
man. Absolute night owl. But that's what I'm talking about. Like that's why food and that kind of stuff is so. Well, I mean, to me it is. I can only speak for myself. Everyone's different, but like, man, there's no recovery tools back there. You
Yeah.
can't kick your feet up. You know what I mean? Like you can't you're not getting a full laid out sprawling night of sleep where your body's just like recovered. Like you're tucked in a little cocoon sleeping bag. You're on a sleeping pad. Like, you're sleeping on your side. Your side's not getting the support, all that stuff, whatever it is. That's why like food and that kind of shit is so important to me back there.
Yeah, food and like, especially like, for some people, I would argue like their sleeping setup. So like, I want to make sure like I'm the most comfortable in the backcountry too. I'm actually like have a whole new sleeping setup this year.
Yeah, what's your sleep setup?
Have you decided on it yet?
Yeah. On what?
Sleep setup.
Yeah.
Like know what it is?
I have my sleep setup set up. I have like this big Agnes. It's like a 20-degree bag. It's like one of like their quilt systems. So it could like, it's actually like rated for like 0 if you put on the quilt, but I'm just going to bring the bag. Yeah. That's 20 degrees. And then I got a Thermarest, the yellow one, the X-Therm or whatever it's called.
That's what I use.
So like I'm actually planning on sleeping in my backyard one of these days.
Stay hard.
I love it.
Because I want to like test it out before I go.
Yeah.
So like I need to just kick over some rocks or like maybe get a cot from the office or something and like just sleep in the backyard.
Yeah.
But before going, so then I could kind of just like test out like exactly like what it feels like, what to expect, and then like it'll be close enough to like if I need to like make some change or something, like I come to the shop and like just get a new bag or something or new pad if I really think so. But I think it should be pretty dialed in. I'm not too worried.
Do you sleep cold? You get cold in the morning when you wake up?
Yeah, I'm like super cold all the time. Like I always got a hoodie on.
He wears that Stone Glacier puffy every single day in the office.
Every day with a sweatshirt underneath.
Yeah. That's another thing that in the office you guys make fun of me is I always got my Stone Glacier puffy on.
We honestly don't know if he's doing it just for the look. Like, you know what I mean? If he's pulling off the Lampers look like it's a fashion statement or if he genuinely is cold in the office.
Yeah, no, I'm genuinely like cold in the office. So I'm also like thinking about like my insulation layers and all that stuff. So like, do I have enough to keep me warm back there? So I might think of getting some more insulation layers like the Stone Glacier puffy bottoms and maybe getting like the Stone Glacier vest too.
Huge believer in the puffy bottoms. Yeah. I bring them everywhere. Yeah. Literally everywhere.
It's a backcountry peace of mind.
Yeah.
To know you can just throw that on whenever you get cold.
Exactly.
Like,
and they weigh nothing. They take up no room. It's like, it is one of those pieces, no matter what. Like, I mean, I could go on a August 1st high country hunt and I'd probably still bring them.
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah. But I mean, why not? Like, you don't know if it's going to be 30 that morning and hey, why not? Should be warm.
Yeah, that's true.
The nice thing is though, like last year I tested out one of the earlier designs of the Peak Solitude 4-person shelters. Yeah. And so I recently picked one up. So we're taking that on this hunt. So we have a 4-man teepee. And
that'll be nice.
We're still taking the Seek Outside medium U-turn stove. So we do have a stove, which is going to be great for some of those cold moorings. But then that's also going to add the ability for us to potentially melt some snow.
Yep.
Like if we do get an area where we're at the snow line hunting bears, like obviously I like to be a little bit below the snow line so I can glass up to it. But if we do end up getting an area, north-facing slope maybe, there's a bunch of snow, maybe we can figure out where to camp. And that way I can get the required water.
Yeah, and you're not tied to water holes.
Yeah.
Exactly. That is a lot of people, like a lot of people think stoves are just for staying warm. There's a lot of tools for a stove, which is exactly that. I mean, you're not going to be tied to a water hole. Yep. It's awesome.
And then even if there's not anything and we're camping up on a ridge, like I prefer to camp on a ridge and then always glassing down on these bears. And then that's where the water is. So every time you make a stock on a bear, you're going to have to resupply water and come up. But being up on top and, the snow we were having, like we could get a big dump of snow while we're out there. And that's going to be a game changer because that morning we wake up, we'll glass for a little bit. We're also on
free water. We're
on free water mode. So we have to do our chores.
Yep.
So chores are going to be grabbing that water, trying to get in a drum light bag, or grabbing that water, putting in one of our the rain fly of our backpack to hold it all day and put it in the shade. So when we come back later at night, we can transfer that into a drum light bag, maybe stick that next to the stove, or maybe start taking some of the water into a jet boil, set it on the stove while we're burning it, the wood burning stove, and get the water that way. So that's why, again, that logistics side is kind of going to come into play.
So this is the kind of shit you can't pay for, Omar. Like you're gonna pick up so much little shit like that.
I mean, I just picked up something right there. It's like the pack fly, like putting snow into that. I would have never thought about
that. It's a game changer.
Game changer.
Like it's like those little nuances.
Get it in the shade. It'll be back. It'll be there when you get back.
Exactly.
And what's another good tip too is I've done before when I'm hunting deer in some of these October hunts. I know a snowstorm's coming in or rain. You can kind of pitch some of those and put them on little tree branches and just set it up all night. So
to
it's
catch.
raining,
It's
going to start catching it all.
Yeah.
And then you can also, like how your teepee, you always want to pitch your teepee so it's a nice steep angle. But a lot of times that snow will start to sag on there and you have one side that's going to kind of like bow up. And in the morning when you wake up, all that stuff right there is probably going to be melted from our stove a little bit. And it's going to be water. And so you can just take a drone light or an algae and stick it next to it and kind of lift up that shelter. And you're going to drain a bunch of that water into there. And you're going to have some pine needles. It's going to have some vegetation you're going to be drinking.
It's not going to have elk piss, though.
Yeah. It's not going to have elk piss.
It'll taste a lot better.
Anything but elk piss.
The pine needles do add some nutritional value. I can't remember what it is. Vitamin A, vitamin C, something like that.
Though. Yeah.
So it's like something. You have that part of it.
Yeah, the water strategy that's a big deal, man. It's always a big deal.
Mm-hmm. And like that's what's great again about learning on this hunt how to then perform on a later hunt, which I put a lot of emphasis on bears because I love bear hunting. It's like I said, it's my second favorite. I'd rather hunt bears than elk. I'll say that with a full confidence, even though you say I'm a big elk guy.
I was just gonna press in here.
Yeah, I'm not trying to instantly sway it. Like,
okay,
you're
a big elk guy now, though. Mule deer sabbatical, and you came back with a bull. Like, how are you not? How are you not an elk guy now?
Yeah, but it's like all this stuff we're doing right now translates so well into those other areas because like a lot of the places we hunt high country deer, as you know, the water is very limited unless we're in Colorado. Or
it's what
like
runs your hunt. It's literally like that is the first law of what you're going to be sticking to is the water. Where's it at? And that's how we have to hunt it.
Yep. Like even I got in the summer scouting trips, like I've stashed water in a lot of places. I know I'm going to return to. I know it's a decent area. I'm going to stash that water on the top. Like you have to be thinking about all those little things.
Yeah.
But then again, I'm going to jump into my second part of what I'm most scared about again.
Love to hear it. What is it?
So my goal was drink a gallon of water a day. We went through that.
Yeah.
My second goal was to eat more food and get jacked. So
get super jacked.
Because like when I first moved down here from Montana, I was 212 pounds.
Yeah.
Freaking jacked machine.
Strong as an ox.
And then, moved down here. I just hike all the time, backcountry hippie type of thing. Just play basketball a lot. Just
Grew my hair out,
lose all my weight.
Yep.
Because all I do is hike, run, and play basketball.
Yeah.
So my other goal was to be 190 by April 1st.
You broke it.
I broke it like 2 weeks ago. Friday, when we were doing the Shelter Palooza filming, I weighed 196. Today I woke up and I was 193.2. So I don't know what I did.
But you broke breaking it by a couple pounds.
Yeah.
Like you broke it. You definitely hit the goal.
And then now I'm worried about, okay, so let's say our hunt's 60 days from now.
Yeah.
Because Omar wrecked that earlier.
But cut it, right?
So
we'll just bleep it out.
That's going to be another 2 months of me gaining more weight.
Yeah.
So now my body's also being used to eating more food on a daily basis.
Yeah,
and my goal this whole entire year was to not lose weight on hunts. I don't have the weight to lose. I don't want to lose any of this muscle I've been gaining.
So why aren't you changing your food for this?
That's why I do have to preface that I'm kind of worried about that. And I do have to increase my calorie load on this hunt, which is going to add weight. But Omar's carrying the BTX. So
it's official now.
So it's official. This is officially official.
So I'm going to have to add a bunch more calories in there somehow and throw some more bars or throw some more nut butters.
How much weight do you typically lose on a hunt? I know you track that quite a bit.
Yeah. I mean, this last year in middle of November, after I got back from the mule deer sabbatical, I weighed 174.
Which is crazy. I'm 5'11", like 177 right now. And for him to be what?
6'5", almost 6'6" at 174.
That's insane. That's insane.
Like literally
insane.
On my app, I track it. You can see my weight will like go up to like 180, 182, and all of a sudden I go on a hunt and it just like skyrockets.
Plummet right back down. What's the lightest you ever were?
That was it. Like I went to 172 the year before that.
Holy shit.
That's insane.
But it's like I've always said though, like I can still perform at that level, but I do remember those years when I was jacked and I had more calories, like nothing could stop me.
Yeah.
Like, so I am excited for this year to make that goal where I do not lose weight on these hunts anymore. But it's like, I still feel like though, if I carry more food, my mentality is to go harder and go further, go one more ridge all the time. So no matter what,
you're going to be in that mindset.
I'm going to be in the minus on calories no matter what. There's no way I can carry all the calories I need to maintain a weight on a backcountry environment.
Yep.
Which is why, like what Omar does with training all the time, like he probably knows what he needs to perform and still maintain his weight. And I'm trying to get better at that too, to know like, okay, I'm going to exert myself really hard. These are the X calories I'm going to need. I'm going to lose a little bit, but I'm still not going to lose performance when I'm back there. Like I want to be able to come back from this hunt and still like perform really well the rest of the year and still stay on my schedule of, trying to get now 200 pounds. I don't know what it was by like August.
Let's get back to 212,
August, right?
August, yeah.
212. Let's get you back to peak.
Get him back to
peak
212.
Yeah.
Peak ox Brady.
Dude, he was strong as an ox too.
I saw some of his old videos that he's got on.
Oh, in the thin air, or not in the thin air. Elements was a really good one.
Elements,
yeah. You can see like,
I mean, Brady's just like fit, and I'm like, dang, like he's looking good, and he's getting back up there. I mean, 196. He's about to
getting there.
Break 200
sure,
here soon.
So it's like I have that in the back of my mind too. It's like, all right, I have to add more food, but it's like bear hunting.
So you are going to change your food system.
I'm going to change my food a little bit. I'll add some more. Yeah.
Okay.
But like bear hunting to me though is that ultimate suffer fest. Like sometimes
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
Because like the bear hunt that I do is not easy by any means, and that's why like we've been prepping this hunt for so long, trying to figure out exactly what we're taking, who's going to take what, how we're going to split things up, gear wise, like because it is such a crazy hunt. Like you could literally go days without seeing a bear, and then you're like, well, we have to move spots. Move spots going to be 8 miles.
Yeah.
Like no joke, we could do 8 miles in a day just to move areas and be in bears again. Like you never know where these things are at. They're so like. Bears are pretty random.
Yeah.
And so it's like
I know you're a runner, Omar.
Yep.
Have you done any backcountry rucking, extended stay backcountry stuff?
Yeah, I spent 5 days in Colorado this last season on a deer hunt. So I mean, I've done like that stuff. I've like spent some like nights in the backcountry, but just like with my old job, like what I used to do, like it was just so dependent on me being on the phone.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't really get into like the backcountry as much as I wanted to. So I was like the weekend warrior. And then when I got here, I had a mule deer hunt planned, which I spent 5 days in the backcountry in Colorado.
how many mule deer do you see?
I actually saw one buck off the road, and
But how many elk do you see?
I saw a buttload of elk. I want to
really?
go back there and get a tag. Yeah. So
Is it over the counter unit?
no, I got a
Draw unit?
I got a small percent chance of drawing right now with the 1 point, but a high percent next year.
Nice.
So
That was a good
see.
find.
Yeah. Which shameless plug, insider. So Colorado, by the time this comes out, Colorado's going to be over. But I mean, there's still a bunch of states available to apply and figure out your strategy this year. So
Yeah.
that's exciting too. Getting all that planned out, but not too many like extended stays like in the backcountry. But I mean, like I could tie this back into running too. It's like, you know, like my longest run was like 44 miles, which like, again, I just did it on a whim. I quit my job and I was like, I'm going to go run Mount Hood. And that's a 44-mile trail. And like, just like knowing that I could do that type of stuff, like in my mind, like I feel like I'm like physically and mentally ready to like go.
There's no question. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I have no concerns there. Zero concerns there.
Yeah. Which actually like, that's like one question I had for Brady is like, are you concerned with like any of like my performance in the backcountry or like, you know, because I feel like with a hunting partner, like you don't want someone to hold you back.
I mean, granted, like I said, I didn't keep up, but like I'd be there. You know what I mean? Like, bro, just take off. I'll meet you up there.
Yeah.
You can go take your, you know, just get up there. I'll meet you there. Yeah. You have no concerns there. I'm telling you.
The only concern I've ever had with people in general I hunt with is their mental state.
Yeah.
Like you can be physically fit,
Yeah.
you can be jacked, but do you have the mental state to keep going day after day when shit hits the fan?
Yep.
And then be motivated the next day like it's opening day again.
Yep.
That's the type of hunter I like to hunt with, or even like camera guys. Like it's hard to be a camera guy because they're out there
Hell yeah.
just filming the hunt. Like we're out there trying to pursue something together, trying to do their best job to capture it cinematically and make a good story out of it. But I've also burned out a lot of camera guys. Like there's camera guys that won't hunt with me
Also
anymore.
a fact.
Yeah.
And so it's like that's why I really enjoy, you know, seeing all the times when he posts, I just did a 26.2 miler. Like
Yeah.
he's mentally strong.
Well, like when it was supposed to be a 10-mile run and you turned it into a marathon.
Yeah.
Like that is what that is.
that's
You know what
something
I mean?
that
Like-
I'm super jacked for him about
Yeah,
that.
exactly. Like knowing if you, for whatever reason, you wake up one day, you're like, nope, this ain't it. We got to change. Like we're going another 6-7 miles in, wasting a whole day. We got to go further. Like the guy that's going to say, fuck yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like that's
If you
the
have
best
that
hunting partner.
Like people always ask me sometimes too, like what makes someone who's more successful different than someone else?
Yeah.
Like, or what how do you find deer in the mountains? How do you're so successful on random hunts, getting animals? It all comes down to mental strength. It literally does. There's no way you can learn it unless you put yourself through the suffer to realize that end goal is all you want to get to.
Yeah.
Like you have to be mentally strong to succeed.
Yep.
Because there's so many times you're gonna be like, oh shoot, we had a rough night. We got back to camp at 2 a.m. Are we gonna wake up in the morning? Like, sure, I've slept in before. Like I've slept in.
Yeah.
But it sucks. You realize the next day you're like, you regret it. Like, why'd I do that? Why'd I be such a wuss? Why didn't we wake up in the morning? Why didn't I set my alarm? Why did I accidentally shut my alarm off? Like, you learn from that though, and you're like, you have to just go full on every single day. Like, it's opening day. Like, you never know when you're going to succeed. But like with him running all the time, I know if I say, hey, we're going over there,
he's going to be cool.
He's going to say yes right away. There's not going to be any like doubt in his mind, because if you're hunting with a partner and he has a slight doubt, like, oh man, I don't know if we can get over there in time. Like, look at that nasty blowdown we got to do. Look at that north facing slope. We're going to have to go post hole through all that snow. It might weigh on me a little bit then too, because I'm thinking at the same time, like, well, if he's uncomfortable with it and I'm going to put him in an uncomfortable situation, that's not going to be good for either of us. Yeah, we can do it, but if he's not solely jacked on it, the next day he's going to get even more burnt down, and that's going to be hard on the hunter partner dynamic that you have to work through when you're hunting with someone.
For sure.
Which I'm like the type of guy where it's like, we got to go hike 8 miles over that way to go look at this like vantage point. And like, you know, we'll probably get there at 1 a.m, but as soon as we get there, we'll sleep. We're not going to set up a tent or nothing. Like, we're just going to sleep there. Like, weather's going to be good. And then the next morning, we're going to wake up at 5 a.m., 6 a.m. to glass, like, and then knock the spot off our list. Like, I'm the type of guy that's like, all right, like, you know, I'm like a little robot. Like, you tell me, and I'm following right behind you. So I'm excited.
Love it. It shows when you said your run was supposed to be 10 miles and you turned it into a marathon. Like, that's that kind of mentality. That's exactly what it is. You know, thinking you're going in 10 miles and it's like, well, fuck that up. It's actually going to be 15.
Yeah.
You know, and you got to be cool with it.
Yeah. The other really fun part of this stuff with Omar that I was a little bit maybe nervous at first, because like, what's your rifle experience?
Zero rifle experience.
Rifle experience.
Yeah. But we've been practicing.
So we've been utilizing.
Yeah, you told me he has a nasty thumb.
Yeah. So
get into it.
So yeah, I've been taking them out. It's kind of like I don't know what you can call it, I guess, training.
Yeah, it's training. I call you Coach Mills.
Yeah. So we're going out there, and I'm kind of letting him do his thing at first, but then I want to correct him right away, and then see if he listens, and then I have to correct him again. But it's like going through it, watching him shoot the first couple of times. Like, I was like, dude, you have like the worst rifle target panic I've ever seen.
Really?
He gets on that gun. I'm like, all right, just be calm. You know, a little bit of shoulder pressure. Put your finger on that trigger and press it. And he's like, are you ready? I'm like, yeah, send it when ready. And all of a sudden, I'm not watching the scope because I'm recording digiscope. I'm looking at his finger, and literally he takes his pointer finger, puts it in front of that trigger, and just slams that thing. Just freaking slams it.
Is it the noise? What is it?
No, I think it's just the lack of not knowing. Like, cause I was like, the way like I kind of like learn to shoot, it's like you only put your finger on the trigger if you're gonna shoot. So that's kind of like why I was doing that. It's like every time like I've shot, like I was like raised and trained, like if you're gonna put your finger on the trigger, you're gonna shoot. So that's why I had like that nasty thing going on. But then Brady,
keep it off.
Then Brady like started correcting. He's like, hey, like you could put like, you know, like put like a little bit of pressure. Like you don't have to just like put it there when you shoot. Cause he told me, he's like, why do you do that? And I was like, well, that reasoning that I just explained. And then so like we started going through that and started correcting it, and like, you know, different things were like in my form, it's not so good, where like the thumb starts crossing over like what the stock.
Yeah, he said you had a nasty thumb.
Yeah, I literally told him like, watch your nasty thumb right now. I've been correcting him the whole time. Every time I would look down, he'd take his thumb, push that thumb from safe to fire,
it over the
and then
stock.
lock it over. So what that's going to do is, I had a lot of questions on it on Instagram the other day, but like, sure, you can shoot wherever. If you shoot great crossing it over, I don't know, like you maybe keep doing it. But I feel like your thumb, the only purpose of your thumb on a rifle is to move that safety forward or backwards. There's no other reason for your thumb at all. So when he's crossing his thumb over the stock, you're actually inducing torque on the rifle stock. So when you're pressing that trigger, that's going to go off. If you're gripping that thing because you're scared of the rifle, maybe, you don't know if you're torquing it left or torquing it right or what you're doing with it. So you're actually gripping it like a death grip on there. It's like, no, you can actually just totally relax. Like, let your body relax. Take that thumb, put it on the side of it. Thumb doesn't need to do anything else besides move the safety forward or backwards. And then get those 3 other fingers besides your trigger finger and just put that lightly on the little swell right below there, and put just a little bit of pressure on it with your tips of your fingers. Like, don't be gripping this thing. This isn't something you have to grab, like, I don't know, like a fishing pole or something like that. You have to like just actually grab it like a barbell. You don't have to manhandle anything here. You're literally just finessing the gun, getting that light pressure that's repeatable, and then that pointer finger's coming over at a 90-degree angle. Like I would say, you're pressing it like a keyboard. Yeah. Like you're not squeezing it, you're not pulling it. You're literally, it's like the best analogy is pressing it like a keyboard. You're just coming into that thing really lightly. And like after,
what if you're a hunt peck typer like I am, just pounding that thing?
Yeah, so that might be a little difficult, but like, and that's why like when we went out to the range, I had him shoot a little bit close range just to make sure the gun was still zeroed for him, because I zeroed it in and dialed the whole scope in, did everything. But like I have to, if he shot a little bit different than me, we were going to resight it in a little bit to make it fine tuned to him. Because yes, it's great, shoots great for me, but I need that gun to be set up for him. So we shot some 100-yard zeros, then instantly went out to, what was it, 864 yards. Crazy.
867.
Yeah, I wanted to take him past his comfort zone. He's never shot that far before.
Yeah.
But I wanted to do that to showcase, okay, everything we've taught you so far is going to play huge dividends now, because any slight changes you make, I'm going to see that at that target. Like you can shoot 100 yards, 200 yards, 300 yards all day.
And you're not going to notice.
And you're not going to notice those bad form or the way he's laying down, kicking his body out, his feet, maybe his toes are sticking in the dirt when they should be kicked out to the side. Is your body in a straight line behind the rifle? Because that's even going to impact it too. When that gun goes off and that recoil hits your body, it's going to torque your body left or right. So
that was the number one thing I learned at the gunwork shooting school.
Yeah.
Is I was like heavily torqued off the gun.
Yep.
Because like for whatever reason, it's like comfort to get your eye through the scope that way.
Yeah.
The second they fix that on me, I was like noticeably better immediately.
Yep. So let's say like you're aiming downrange and you have your body kicked off the side because it feels comfortable and the gun's pointing in a straight direction. So that gun goes off. Where's that gun going?
It's going straight back, but off like an angle of your shoulder.
Yeah, you don't really fully know. It could go off to the left.
Yeah.
It could go off to the right. It could come back. Like you don't really know because like your body is not protecting that recoil behind it. You sit your body right behind it. That recoil is going to absorb in your body.
Yeah.
You're going to be able to potentially track that impact yourself.
Well, that's what I noticed immediately was tracking impact downrange. Was when they fixed my body and that gun was sitting in that little pocket when you lift your arm up and you can feel that pocket right there. I immediately started picking up impact. Like no matter what the distance was, I could see impact. And
that's going to lead into then being more comfortable behind that gun. Like I don't care if you're shooting a 30 cal. Like I can put someone behind that with a good posture. And after a few shots, like, a big 30 cal is going to knock you around. But like you do all this stuff constantly, eventually you're going to get to the point where you're more comfortable and your eyes aren't even going to be like blinking as much. Like you can get to the point where, no matter what, that recoil is going to go off, you're going to blink, but you might blink a little quicker or you're not going to be anticipating as much and your eye might be open and you can see that impact. And that's going to be great if, let's say we're out shooting at a bear and from my angle, maybe I have to be 20 yards, to his right because it was a quick setup situation. He's laying down. And from my angle, I'm like, dude, I don't know. Like, did you miss? Like, and from his angle, though, he'd be like, no, I crushed it because he watched it impact it. And that's what, like, I would say like, oh, maybe you should correct. But like, if he can say he fully saw where that impacted and that's a dead bear, that's a win because then I don't have to
and
recorrect
that's a hunting setup. That's what
because
happens.
If I have to recorrect him, even though he knew it was a perfect shot, I'll tell him, oh yeah, you need to dial up. He's like, no, I hit perfectly.
Dude, I was so proud
to shoot the same shot again and put that animal down if it's still standing there. Where if I corrected him, I'm going to make him miss.
Right.
I want him to be able to see that impact going down. That works out the same thing too when you're hunting by yourself. All those things are going to pay dividends. Yeah, when I'm hunting by myself, I still record digiscope so I can instantly get up and look at it. But if I can see it,
God, you're a detail guy. It's unbelievable. Just everything about it.
If I can see it, then I know, okay, was it me or did I have a bad wind call or did I have a bad range? And it's not like, oh yeah, I missed because of unknown reason. I want to know I hit the animal perfectly or I need to adjust it this way because I did all my mechanics were right because that's why we go out to the range and we're teaching all this stuff. And that's why going out past his comfort zone, the rifle is fully capable of shooting there. Sure, he is not going to shoot a bear at over 850, 900 yards. He will not shoot a bear. I will not allow him to do that. Like most people should never do that.
If you were to grade his shooting day one to day now in the present, what would you say his shooting scores are? 1 through 10?
Now after our little bit of training, I'd probably put him at like a 7. Like honestly.
Damn, passing grade.
It's a tough score.
No, that's a pretty good score.
We'll take it.
It's just this is going to come with more practice, like I said.
10s don't exist.
So you could always get better. And one thing too, I think might be better, having zero experience because I'm not coming in with like any nasty like habits. Like I'm coming in with habits that are just like, my body telling me what to do because that's what my body thinks to do.
But no thought habits.
Or like, like I'm not going to, I never would, but I'm not going to fight. I'm like, No, man, like this is how I feel comfortable putting like grip my thumb over here.
Yeah.
Like that's just is what it is.
Maybe something Porter would say.
Because like, that's
No,
what-
man, I just pull left. I know I'm going to pull left.
Yeah.
Let's just fix the pull.
Yeah.
Let's
And
fix
how
the
about
pull.
that? Yeah.
Yeah. Because that's where it's hard too. Because someone, like you said, if you've been shooting your whole entire life and all of a sudden I'm trying to maybe teach you something a little bit better, you might still lean on those old bad habits constantly. And then we're out in the field, you're just going to rely on those bad habits because those bad habits are instinct to you. I want to create perfect habits right now so that when we go out there, it's just like we're on the range, just like we're on a controlled environment.
Perfect practice makes perfect.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so that's where it's really fun. And that's why I like shooting stupid long distances in practice. Like I will shoot 100 yards a lot because I want to make sure my 100 yard zero is exactly perfect. And that's why we're probably going to go out there the next time and we're going to reshoot the 100 yard zero. Like if that 100 yard zero, if it's shooting half-inch left, like half-inch high, even though it's super close to the bullseye, most people will be totally jacked on that.
Recite.
Well, yeah, we're going to pull that back in. We're going to validate first to make sure it's still going left and a little bit high. But what happens when we get up to 400 yards? Is that now
It's going to start to extrapolate.
it's going to go higher and higher and then go further and further out? And then you add wind in that factor.
Yeah.
And then you add the biggest bear we've ever seen. We see a 7-footer with a giant white chest bash.
Yeah.
Like huge.
And then you
bear.
add the hunting scenario where you are 30 yards to his right
Yep.
Yeah.
when the shot goes down, and he has to be capable of doing it himself.
And we just got done running down the
Yeah.
mountain. Everything's like adrenaline's going. Like I accidentally hype him up by saying, "This is the biggest bear I've ever seen." That's the worst thing you could do to someone probably is say how big the animal is. Because now he's going to be jacked.
Don't mess it up.
And like, that's why sometimes when we're shooting, even like when I'm hunting with someone, if I'm going to have the rangefinder because all my dope's in my SIG, I'm not going to tell him the distance because I don't want it to mentally
just
mess
dial
with
it
him.
for it,
I'll be like, all right, yeah, shoot it for 3.25 MOA.
Yeah.
And dial half left.
yeah.
Like I'm not going to tell him
Smart, actually very smart.
Yeah.
because you don't know, but it could impact him. Like, oh man, so that's actually 310 yards.
And I've only ever shot 200.
Yeah. Like right now, like from the training, I'm confident that he could kill something at 3. Because
Yeah.
we've been practicing at 8 and 9. Like I said, I will not allow him to shoot that distance because there's a lot more factors that come into play. You need a lot more years under your belt. And it's an animal at the end of the day. Like you have a lot of respect towards those animals. Why do that when I know we can get closer? But then when he's at that close shot, like I said, I'm just going to calmly give him the dope, put in the scope, be like, all right, press the trigger, and this thing's, you have your bear. Like, that's why the training side of it is so important right now. And we have 60 days.
Yep, 60 days.
60 days to go practice still.
62 days.
Yeah. And like we have a lot more training and like luckily, I had a bunch of ammo for this gun. He just picked up some ammo. I'm going to shoot factory loads with this one because it's been shooting great. Like
What
I have
is
all 6.8 Western.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It just arrived today, actually.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So it's a Browning X-Bolt Max long range 6.8 Western with their recoil hog muzzle brake. It's got the Vortex PSD Gen 2? What is that? 8 to 25 power or something like that. 7.5 25.
Yeah. Sweet setup.
Yeah. Really.
So it's an
what
awesome
are you gonna shoot?
My 300 rum.
That's the
My
end all
go-to.
be all, the go-to.
Yeah, last year I set up that 300 rum basically for all the hunts I had in mainly Tajikistan. And then recently I just switched over to a Razor Gen 3, the 6x36 by 56.
Speaking of
rifle scope.
Tajikistan, you're worried about getting sick, just go listen to that podcast. You'll be fine.
You never know what can happen.
You'll get sick and still have the best hunt of your life. Just keep going.
I heard some stories and
Just keep going.
Wow.
Don't shake Brady's right hand.
Yeah.
What's the glass setup? Have you guys do you guys know exactly what you're doing?
So for me, like we joked about the BTX thing, but I'm honestly not sure I'm going to take the BTX because you can definitely the BTX is going to add some capabilities of finding the animals, but again, these are bears. A lot of times they're kind of easy to spot if you're moving around. And so I'm just going to rely on, I'm going to bring my 16 power, my SIG binos. Those are the electric ones with the image stabilization. They're great.
You like those? I haven't used them yet.
Honestly love them.
Really? I haven't looked through them or used them yet. I've heard some good things. You like them though?
Yeah. So the biggest thing to me, like I've been testing them off and on the last 2 years, taking to Montana with my family. I brought those specifically for Tajikistan because I knew it was going to be really windy. And that was an absolute game changer because I can glass in the wind and it's like I'm on a tripod. It honestly is like I'm on a tripod. Or if I'm hiking up a ridge really fast and I want to glass something really quickly because I see a black stump,
And
your black stumps everywhere.
That shakes.
I can pull it up, switch the switch, and boom, I'm locked in.
Really?
So Zulu 6s are...
That would help me a ton.
So
my
it's really
left
great.
shoulder, my left shoulder issue, it makes me shake a lot. Like if I hold for just a little bit of an extended time, I start to shake.
And then I can just I can kind of lay down like I'm leaning over myself and it's trying to stay warm, and then put my elbows up. And most of the time when you put your elbows on normal binos, you can feel your heartbeat. If you glass long enough, you can eventually feel your heartbeat moving your stuff around.
Yeah, I know exactly
fluttering.
what you're saying.
And so that's going to eliminate that. But the only downside is I love gridding. I love putting optics on a tripod and gridding. And since those are electric, I don't need to use on a tripod. I could bring, like a Stabilite adapter or something like that and strap them to it, but that's going to add some extra weight to it. So I'm not sure if I'm going to do that.
Not much extra weight.
Not much extra weight.
Now we're cutting hairs here.
Yeah, but then again, though, like I might be able to do that because I think, so I've been packing around the 115 ATX, but that's an overkill when it comes to bears.
That's what you're using right there?
Yeah, the Zulu 6? Zulu 6 1642s.
They're only $850?
Yeah.
They're pretty tactical looking.
So yeah, it actually uses, like I said right there, 2-axis gimbal inside. So like if you pick them up and try to glass without the battery turned on, you'd be like, ooh, this thing's wicked weird. Like, piece of junk. Like they look
interesting. It looks like a spaceship of some sort.
Yeah. But once you flip that switch, it locks everything in. And yeah, if you take your optic and try to move really fast, the gyro can't really keep up. But if you just glass normally, like I feel like you can pick out a lot more intricate details. You can pick out a leaf falling off a tree. You can pick an ear twitch out. Like you can see things.
Do you think the glass is good too? Comparable?
I mean, the glass quality is not going to be on par with some of your big name stuff.
The ultra high.
Yeah, but it's like, I've heard rumors that, they're working on some different things.
Yeah.
But like what you gain in image stabilization
makes up for that.
Makes up for it.
What about the battery?
Battery's kind of iffy because that's a AA battery. So I do, like my whole setup, I've gotten rid of batteries. So I do have to carry an extra one of those, a battery for it, but it lasts so long. And it does have an auto off switch on it, which sometimes I get annoyed with because the model I use, I don't remember what it is, but all of a sudden I'll be glassing for a long time and all of a sudden it'll switch go off and I have to, adjust it. And that's usually right when I'm like on something. I'm like, is that an animal? Is that a bear? Is that a deer? And then I have to move and get back on it again. But it lasts a long time. But then for like the big optics, like I was saying, a 115 ATX setup like I've been using for a long time, that's overkill on bears. Completely overkill. The only
Why
reason,
is that? Because they're kind of easier to see.
And you're not, I'm not judging horns, antlers.
True. Good point.
I'm not trying to pick them apart. Yeah, I'm looking for that pumpkin head.
Good point.
That big body, how he's walking, make sure it's not a pear back end, looks like a sow. Like I'm trying to gather all this intel in, and all I really need is a lightweight, maybe 65 with an ATX.
You're not trying to see eye guards and a split, maybe a cheater or something.
And I'm not trying to glass those shadows, like literally 10 minutes before shooting light ends. Like a bear's probably already out moving around. Like I don't need that light gathering that I gain with the 115. And all we're really doing it trying to do.
So what are you replacing it with?
I might pick up a 65 millimeter objective for my sword, and then just bring the ATX, and then because we just want to be able to spot a bear, judge the size of the bear, and digiscope it, and then we're good. And then digiscope the kill. Yeah. We don't need.
Are we filming this hunt?
Oh, I'm gonna self-film it.
We're gonna do like a new style.
New style.
Yeah, I don't know what we're calling it yet. It might be one of those like kind of episode by episode type thing if we have enough footage.
I know we've been talking about this for a long time. Yeah. Our originals are great, but we got to figure out a way to do more stuff.
Yep. I think it'd be fun too because I did that mule deer sabbatical last year. That was kind of my first go. But the problem with that hunt is I was solo, so I had kept setting the camera down sometimes and trying to film myself. And then it was 18 inches of snow, so I couldn't set the camera down. But now I can pass the camera to Omar. Omar can film me. I can film Omar going down a stalk.
It'll make it better for sure.
Yeah. And then we can get that good dynamic. We can get the good camp atmosphere. We can get the good talking in camp like we would on a GOHUNT original. But it's just like, you're not going to see both of us in the film. But I'm not the type of person who's going to hold my camera out and try to selfie it. I have the perfect selfie arms.
You do have perfect selfie arms, that's for sure.
But like, I'm not going to use those bad boys for that. So
Strap
I think
it to your toe would be even better. Long ass legs. Are you kidding me? Those things are like 6 feet long.
And then too, with dropping down to the ATX and 65, like I'm going to save a ton of weight.
Yeah.
That's more food.
A ton of weight.
So unfortunately though, Swaro, they're very proud of their costs. So that's something I have to think about right now. Where else could I use that 65? Because when I think about optics purchases, I want it for something else as well. Like right now in my mind though, I can only think of this is going to be great for bear hunting. I haven't figured out what that second purpose is.
For whenever you get the tag.
But then again, I'm like, well, I really want that 115. I really want to dive in, count all those rings.
Yeah.
So it's like, that's the hard part to me. And it's like, you could say like, well, what about Brady, your crazy summer scouting trips when you just try to, hike as many miles as you can, try to go super lightweight. And that sounds good to me too. But like, then I like to do a lot of long distance glassing. I'll glass, 3-4 miles away trying to pick up animals with the BTX. So like, I need to find another use case for it. Cause right now I'm like, damn, I'm spending that money right now. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm addicted to the BTX for the eye fatigue.
Yeah.
Like man, you can glass for so long.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing. Like that, the eye fatigue gets me so quick when I'm glassing through spotters. I can't stand it.
And then it's like, well, since if I do go to 65 and Omar is packing some of this weight, then maybe I take in the ATX and the BTX eyepiece with the 65, and then we could locate the bear with the BTX, and then switch over. Like even though I can digiscope on there, but I just don't feel like it's not as good.
It's not as good. Definitely
and you're fixed at what's going to be 30 power with the BTX.
It's
so I'll be able to zoom in more.
That's one thing I can definitely say because I've been exclusive with the BTX for 2 years now. It's not as good. It's good, but it's not as good as the other stuff.
Yep. And then if I go lower on the spotter, I can get by on that new Tricer.
I love that thing. I can't wait to use it.
Yeah, so I was using that in the Javelina hunt and really grew to love it. But it's like it cannot handle the BTX 115 or the 115 ATX. Like it's just too much weight. And then that way too, if I go lower, I do have a lighter weight tripod. I could cut some more weight out by going to that tripod. A different lighter weight tripod. I will never cut weight on my rifle. I get made fun of all the time about my rifle's 14 pounds, 6 ounces. I'll never cut there because the rifle's sole purpose is to kill. I've harped on that all the time. That's one purpose of that rifle is literally that one perfect shot. So I will have a heavier rifle, but maybe I could sacrifice here and there on some other areas to then, carry that big rifle.
Splitting hairs to carry a 14-pound rifle.
Which
I love it.
I got to get off on a long tangent. Sorry, Omar, but like, what optics are you taking?
Yeah. I got so when I first got here, I was in the market for some new binos. So I, kind of like one of my strategies that I do. It's like if you know someone who's been successful in these hunts, like the best thing you could probably do is ask them like, what do you use? So, knowing Brady's been successful for many years, I was like, hey man, like what binos do you recommend? And he said 12x50.
Hands down 12x50.
Yeah. Razor UHD. So I was like, okay, like sold. I'll get those.
Yep.
So I got those. So I'm planning to use those. And then I also got a Razor 65 spotter, but I mean, it sounds like our spotter game is pretty dialed.
Yeah,
so
we'll definitely leave your spotter back at home to save some of the weight. Because like we have to think about too on these type of crazy, extreme hunts. Like we have to try to figure out what gear we can share.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like what are we doubling up on that we don't need? Like, the whole optic thing, or maybe a tripod. Like then you don't even need to bring a tripod. And then when we're carrying the gear, I'll carry the shelter, the poles, the stakes. Maybe you'll carry the stove.
Right.
Yep.
And just kind of split that way. And maybe only take, one jet boil even though 2 might be nice, but if we really want to go crazy, it's not that much weight. So we'll probably carry, the new GOHUNT.
I feel like
but
a jet boil is kind of like one of those like
personal items.
It's like one of those personal items, right?
It is
like
kind of weird. Yeah.
You want your jet boil, like you don't really want someone else like heating up your water. Like, hey man, can you heat me up like 2 cups of water? It's like, no, I know I could heat up my water, and like it's like it doesn't weigh too much either. So it's like kind of one of those like personal items for me.
It's one of those things though, man. Like when you start cutting stuff out and you look at the final weight cut, you're like, holy shit, that really added up to like a noticeable amount.
Yeah.
Right. You never think it. Like those jet boils are light, but when you start cutting out like, these things here, things there, you just start, doubling up when you cut the double up on stuff. Like then you look at the total weight saved and you're like, holy shit. Yeah. It's a lot of weight.
Yeah. Speaking of personal items,
yes.
I don't know what type of man Omar is yet. I have to ask him a really personal question.
Can't wait.
Okay.
I think I know what it is.
I'm very passionate. I'm very passionate about this subject. Okay. So I hope his answer is correct. Toilet paper?
I knew that's what it was.
Or wet wipes? Well, and why?
You can't burn wet wipes.
Yes.
So I'm going to have to go with toilet paper.
He's listened to the podcast. So you're doing what?
I'm going to have to go with toilet paper. I'm a toilet paper guy.
Have you ever been a wet wipe guy though?
If I'm like by the truck and like, doing something like that, like I'm going to, like there's always dude wipes in the truck. Like if I'm going hunting, there's always dude wipes in the truck. Just because, I mean, it's one of those things.
Brady's even mad about that.
It's nice. It's like, all right, sweet. I don't got to freaking, use toilet paper right away. Like I could use some dude wipes.
Oh, wait. It is 2023. Men are weak nowadays. I forgot. Sorry.
Oh,
but in the backcountry, toilet paper.
What happened to being hard?
Stay hard.
Man. Come on.
You don't need to pamper your backside, Omar.
Oh, man. I don't know. It's an interesting subject.
And you can't burn them, and they will freeze. My dad experienced that firsthand.
Freeze is real. That's for real.
Yeah. But I mean, toilet paper hands down. Just
do you know how many ounces you take of toilet paper?
Just throw the whole roll in there. You never know
I
what's
don't
going to
know.
happen.
I don't know very many people that measure the ounces of toilet paper that they take into the backcountry.
The funny story about that, one time I was hunting with one of our camera guys, Mather. He had me pack all his stuff, his food and everything.
Yeah.
And he got out there and I was like, hey, here's your toilet paper. And he's like, would you give me 10 squares? And I was like, no, it's 1 ounce of toilet paper. That should be plenty for a 6-day hunt. And he just laughed at me and then grabbed the whole roll in my truck and brought the whole roll up there. Like that was one area that he's like, yeah, you can't pack that for me anymore. Like never pack my own toilet paper because I'm like, well, I just know how much I need. And I know what the backcountry, I know what the backcountry food does to me, but doesn't do anything crazy. So I don't ever need more because I know the food I'm taking and what it does. So
That's
it's like,
so insane that you
I'm not
measure that
packing
out.
for.
It's so crazy to me.
But then, but then I think it's throwing it back against me because I didn't plan, to get sick in Tajikistan.
You were.
And burn up all my toilet paper and have to use my hand to wipe myself. So like,
oh no,
it can come back to bite you.
just back it. Oh no.
See, that's what I'm not
And
doing.
then have to put your hand in a glove after that. Oh no.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna be. I will do the hard decision and sacrifice some weight to bring some extra toilet paper.
Yeah. That's why you're going to do those couple extra squats.
Yeah.
So you can just bring enough toilet paper that you don't even, it was like not even a thought in your mind.
Exactly.
Like you have enough.
Yep.
Yeah. That's what's crazy. It's just like the thought of like to know you have enough no matter what.
Yeah.
I mean, you're eating freeze-dried food. You're eating all kinds of peanut butter and nut fats and all.
Have you guys
Nut fats get your stomach going a little bit.
Yeah.
You know?
Question 2: have you guys like got elevation sickness and like your stomach just needs to dump everything out? Or is
I've
that
gotten
just me?
elevation sickness one time in my life, and that was when I was snowboarding in Colorado.
Okay.
We were
what-
backcountry snowboarding. Well, not true backcountry. We were on it's called the Cirque. It's up above everything else. First time I've ever been elevation sick. I was in high school, and it was fucking brutal.
Yeah.
Brutal.
Like, did you have to go to the bathroom?
No, I was just puking.
Puking? Because I don't know what. Like, I was in Colorado and like I got there and I could just tell like it was just elevation sickness. But I just had to go to the bathroom and like I puked a little bit. But like that's like I think I would like pack just like a little extra just in case that happens because I know it's like
What a little. You just make sure you have enough. Like it should not even be a thought.
yeah. Because at the end of the day, the worst thing it's fire starter.
Yeah. That's a
I mean,
big
yeah.
benefit.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just like it's one of those things in my mind that's just like, yep, not even thought about it.
Yeah. I mean, like
'Cause I'm good.
We sacrifice like so much other stuff. Like I'm planning on only bringing one pair of underwear, one pair of socks.
That's what I do.
Heck yes.
I bring one pair of change, and I
Yeah.
go about halfway through the hunt and change out.
Okay. No, I'm talking like I'm bringing like what I wear in underwears and socks is the only thing I'll have on for 9 days.
I bring one change just of each of those. That's
One
it.
change.
Yeah.
You can always flip them inside out.
Yeah. It's
You can always watch them in the creek.
That's why I like to go to the gym just a little bit, just
yeah,
for
just
those
carry
little
that.
things like that,
Yep,
you
yep.
know. If I can't carry a half ounce in socks and underwear, I don't know what else I'm doing.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I'll second think that judgment, but
What backpack are you gonna take on this hunt? I almost said run, but then I realized that YouTube would yell at me again for saying run because I always say running on everything. Like I run this, I run that. So it's what
Brandon
backpack?
says it all the time too, and people say, "Who gives a shit what
Yeah.
people say?" It's
So
so
what,
crazy.
so what backpack are you
Yeah,
taking?
What backpack are you using to carry your stuff on this hunt?
to carry my stuff on this hunt, I'm going to use a Sky Archer 6400 by Stone Glacier with the Crux Evo frame.
It's a good bag.
Yeah, I'm excited. I've never used it, so I'm like, as soon as I get it, it's on its way. I'm gonna throw in a 60-pound sandbag and start like just getting some hikes under my belt and like
Smart.
Yep, Turtlehead
Really
Peak.
smart because. So I was talking to a guy. So the difference of running and walking are very different on your calf, like very different.
Yeah.
Mechanics on your calf. And he was the one that told me, is like, dude, there's nothing like weighted walking. There's no replacement for it.
Yeah, and like, in like previous packs I've ran in the past, like I've always like that's kind of like one of my like staples of training is like throw in like the 60 pounds and like just go walk like up a hill or like even a trail. Just like you gotta like before the hunt, you gotta get familiar to like what that weight feels like what that's gonna be like, because you gotta just imagine it for X amount of days.
Well, that calf flexion on the balls of your toes, that you don't get that when you run.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Especially you, because you run so fast.
Yeah.
That was the other thing. We didn't clarify how fast you did your marathon. It was 3 hours and 40 minutes.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
I didn't make Boston, but
It was crazy
Maybe
on a
one
random
day.
Sunday. Anyways, but that's like you're the cat. I was talking. I mean, that's a really good point. You know what I mean? Like that calf flexion with weight. That's the first thing to always go on me. Always. It's the first thing I start to burn out.
Yep.
And it's really good too. You're getting a new piece of gear. You're gonna test said piece of gear to figure out how those shoulder straps, where they need to go perfectly. Like, you don't want to realize like, oh yeah, I only carried my backpack around with 10 pounds of weight at my house on a treadmill. And all of a sudden you get out there, and that first day when you have 65 pounds on your back, all of a sudden your back's sore because you didn't know where everything needs to sit on there properly. And then also too, just like breaking in a backpack. I think it's kind of overlooked a lot of times too.
A ton.
But just like get those straps moving around, get all the squeaks out of the backpack.
That's why I don't like to switch backpacks.
Yeah.
It drives me crazy getting a brand new backpack.
And then also I think like one thing that I didn't highlight in like putting the 60 pounds in the pack too, it's like I'm going to wear essentially what I'm going to wear on the hunt on those 4-hour hikes.
Yeah,
like,
smart.
I'm going to wear the boots, the pants, the layers that I'm going to wear. I might not bring like my puffies and all that stuff because that'd just be overkill. But like, what I'm going to plan on to hike is what I'm going to wear on those like hikes when I'm breaking in the new backpack too.
Smart. That's what we take for granted doing it enough. Like I know exactly what I wear in. I know, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like this is your first true backcountry hunt, right? Yeah. That's what you said. I mean, other than that spot in Colorado.
Yeah.
But this is going to be deep.
Yeah.
Like nasty deep.
It's going to be deep. It's going to be nasty. There's going to be, we're going to be far away from anyone. It's going to be.
That's the mental side of it that I fucking love though. I love when you get back then, you're like, no matter what, if I wanted to go home right now, no matter what, I have got to cover this ground. Got to get back to the truck. I got to drive 12 hours.
Yep.
I love that feeling.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I think it's the separation feeling where you're like truly separated from what you just left. You know what I mean? It's like, even if I wanted to get back to work, that's how long it would take me to get back to work.
Take a long time.
I love it.
Yeah. I think Brady's, have you decided what backpack you're going to take this year?
I recently decided to switch it up.
Really?
And again, it goes to your point where it's like, I have a system that just works. What am I doing right now?
Yeah. What are you doing?
Yeah.
This is not the Brady I know. What are you doing?
It's the same thing I said I would never do last year when I switched boots, and then I switched boots because of Porter, and then I got giant blisters everywhere.
And you got fucked.
Yeah.
So what are you doing? What are you doing? What's the change?
So I've been intrigued for a while and didn't know whether I'd like it. And I avoided purchasing one for the longest time because I love having a load shelf. But Stone Glacier's new Terminus line.
Ooh, yeah.
So it's basically it's designed for, high altitude sheep, mule deer hunts, that sort of thing, where you don't have a load shelf. It has a built-in little compartment on the inside where you can shove the meat and all that stuff. So there's no load shelf, so it's not a modular backpack anymore. But I've been really looking at it lately.
They built this bag for Kurt, right?
Which is perfect because
him. Yeah.
Him and my body types are exactly the same.
Exact same. Literally couldn't be more identical.
Yeah.
And I figured too, some of the hunts I do, like I didn't want the other one. I can't remember what the cubic inch was on that, but I think it was like 7,700 or 7,000. Yeah, Terminus 7,000.
You're gonna do a bear with no load shelf.
Yeah, which is going to be interesting because all that meat and everything's going to go inside, and then part of the hide's going to have to go on top.
If you kill a giant, I would imagine you're going to do a full body rug or something, right?
Yeah, but the new one, the 8,700, it's giant. So like I'll be able to also, I think, utilize this maybe on a late season hunt. But again, late season hunt, I do like to have that load shelf.
What game bag are you going to use?
I don't know if I can say.
Yeah, don't say. I know which one you're using.
But like it's going to be shoved on the inside. So all like.
Is it big enough for a?
That's why I really was waiting, because I didn't want the other size before, but I wanted. Something that's going to be a little bigger. So if it's a little bit bigger, I can get my clothes and all my gear on the inside and my optics away from all the nasty, blood, meat and stuff, and shove all that meat in the side. And what's really nice too, in the bottom of those Stone Glaciers, the new Terminus, there's 2 little blood ports. Yeah. And so that blood, if it gets in the game bags, is going to start dripping out in the bottom. And
it's going to be interesting.
It's going to be, because I can't keep all my gear away from the meat. That's the only concern I have.
Yeah, that's why it's going to be interesting to.
Yeah, that's the only reason why I've kind of avoided it, because I picture all my hunts in the late season, I need so much extra gear, and then when I pack out an animal, it is nice to keep my my expensive down clothes, my optics, not all in the blood. But with the size of this new one, and I'm saving a ton of weight too at the same time. So I'm really intrigued on that as well. And I think it's just like one of those backpacks that's kind of built for me in a way.
4 pounds, 4 ounces.
Super light.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's insane.
8,700, 4 pounds, 4 ounces.
And it can still hold a crazy amount of weight too, which is really great. So like I'm really excited to try this out and
So
figure
the
out how much
internal load cell is 2,200 cubic inches.
Yep.
And then the rest is open. Yep.
Yeah, but it's got that nice new material on the outside too, which is I think a little bit more waterproof. It's
Yeah,
not,
that's what they said. I saw it at SHOT Show.
yeah. So like, I think that's gonna be fun. You know, like again, trying out new gear, and that's why I think it comes back to like a spring bear hunt, cabin fever. I want to try out some different things. See how
I
see how it works for
understand
me.
that, the cabin fever part for sure.
Yeah.
get
So
that.
so like I'm excited for that. Like I said, the optic change a little bit, shelter change. I haven't told you yet, but I think I might switch to a quilt.
A quilt?
Dude, this is too much change for the Brady, I know.
Yeah, I
What
know.
the hell is going on?
But I'm just like, I start planning this out more and I'm starting to dive into it further. And I'm just looking at the miles we're going to do.
So what's your goal of all these changes? What are you doing? Like, what's your number one thought?
I'm
when
just
you're
figuring
making
if I
these
can cut
changes?
some more, like everyone always knew back in the day I was an ounce cutter. And I got made fun of to no degree, like, oh, why are you
You
just
were
cutting some
beyond
ounces?
an ounce cutter. You
Yeah,
were like a
like-
half ounce cutter.
Yeah. And like cutting ounces, like, why don't you just get stronger? And it's like, well, certain tools have certain jobs. Like
Yeah.
I always said, I always carry whatever it was, a 10, 11 pound bow. My rifle's 14 pounds. Certain things are meant for certain things, but if I can cut weight other places and still perform at the best of my ability and recover a little bit easier or have a little nicer pack out when Omar shoots a freaking 7-foot bear on day 2.
Let's go, Omar.
Notice I didn't say day 1
plan.
because we're going to pass up some bears on day 1 and show
Love
them what it's all about. You can't just roll in there and
No,
just kill
you
right
can't
away.
have that.
Even if it's a 7-foot bear, we're going to pass on day 1.
No,
That's a different story.
well, yeah, because my old mentality is if you pass something on the first day, that's more experience you're going to get towards your future hunting career. So
Yeah.
like, that's why sometimes, yeah, if I saw 200 deer in the first day, I would definitely shoot it.
Yeah.
But like,
Yeah, I
you
would
get
hope so.
you gain more. Like I want to show you bears. I want to have you field judge them yourself because you might go on a bear hunt yourself next year. Like the more we can learn, yeah, I have a tag as well, but like I want you to, fully immerse yourself in the hunt. It's like, we're not going to show up and just get it done and leave. Like I want to enjoy it. I want to enjoy that suffer and enjoy that time that we get together just to be outside the office and hang out and
Yeah.
talk about the hunting strategies and tactics and how we're going to approach a stock or that sort of thing. It's kind of like let the hunt unfold.
Yeah.
Bro, you're going to be going into the fall on a complete other level.
Yeah, which is crazy because in the fall, I don't even know if I'm going to carry a rifle. I don't think I am because I want to do some archery elk hunts. But I mean, like this just kind of gets preparation, just like, being out in the woods, testing new gear. Like I have a whole crap ton of new gear that I've never used before. So it's going to be testing all that stuff out and then just putting on miles in the body. Like, I mean, this is going to be like the most, like you've talked about earlier, like this is going to be the most rugged experience I've ever done. And it's going to be like, it doesn't have to be this hard. Like there's easier bear hunts out there, but I think like what me and Brady
not as
share.
fun, though.
Yeah. Like that's what we, and a lot of guys here in this office too, like share. It's like, we're like not looking for like the hole in one, just like easy hunt.
For
We're
sure.
like looking to like, we crave this all year. So like, we're trying to like, we crave the suffering. As crazy as that might sound to some people. So like,
It is true though.
That's the common
Crave-
thread of the
crave
hunters,
for
though,
this-
which is so awesome.
Yeah. So like, sure we could go find some roads and drive up those and like, but we would never do that.
Try and get lucky and appreciate every time it happens. But for
Yeah.
the most part, we do enjoy. Like, that's what I'm looking forward to in the backcountry this year is like, man, I
Yep.
just cannot wait to have that feeling again where it's like, yep, no matter what I want to do to go home,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
2 days,
Yep.
no matter what.
I like this. I like the story. I like the adventure.
Yeah.
I like being able to explain to, family, friends who don't get to do this, like what you went through,
Yeah.
what it means to you. They realize like, oh, it means this much to you. Maybe you should go hunting a little bit more. And
Yeah,
like, if
for
you're
sure.
One of those type of people, it's like, well, it means so much. Like yeah,
When
keep
my
doing
wife admitted that I'm a better person when I come back from a hunt, I'm
Yeah,
like,
stuff like
yep,
that.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Is
So
there
that mental side is, man, it's so fun. It's so awesome.
Is there any tactic questions you got for me or anything like you haven't asked me yet about the hunt or how we're doing, how we're approaching it, where we're glassing, what we're glassing, angles we're glassing?
Now you're kind of getting into nitty gritty. I know we've kind of talked about a lot of this stuff, just, me and you in the office, but
I'm just saying like some of that might help someone out a little bit.
Exactly. It's so unfair that we all,
Yeah.
I mean, we're all in this office every day.
Yeah.
The shit that we talk about around this office is like, I mean, so few people have that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, for sure.
So unfair that we get to come in here every day and talk to each other about all this shit.
I know. And like everyone like has like their own like little nuggets that like they share with each other. You know, it's like not like we're not sharing like spots or nothing, but it's like, oh, like you're gonna like, you know, before I even planned on going with Brady a long time ago, I was like, hey, like I'm thinking about going X date. Like, what do you think? And he's like, I wouldn't go X date because of like the amount of snow or like something like that. Like, you know, you got to like look at these different things. So like, that's like something where it's like, if I was just like, if I didn't have the luxury to come in here every day and like pick his brain, like I would have like completely set myself up for failure.
Yeah, you would have been years in learning instead of that 1 second in conversation.
I failed a lot.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I failed a lot, but failing a lot has made me the hunter I am today. And now I know more about certain animals because of those failures and start to fine tune.
Two ways to listen. You either fuck up and learn, or you sit down, shut up, and listen to somebody who's way better.
Exactly.
It's 2 ways to learn.
So I guess for like, you know, one common question I think that a lot of listeners might have, it's like, what's your kind of sweet spot on that elevation for looking for bears?
You're just diving right into the nitty gritty, aren't you?
So dependent on the winner.
Yeah, it's gonna. The thing that's crazy about bears, like I could throw out an elevation range right now, but it might not be the same as some other mountain range you're hunting, which could be totally different, and the amount of snowpack could be different in that scenario.
Well, like a good example is I just saw they're expecting 80 inches of snow this week in the Pacific Northwest, California.
Yeah. Really?
So like that's going to be
California?
wildly, it's going to be wildly different than, you know, if that storm doesn't make it to Montana, Idaho, I don't know, you know, Wyoming, it's going to be wildly different.
Yeah, but the biggest thing I would say is like try to figure out where that snow line is. Figure out where that snow line is, hunt that 1,000, 2,000 feet below the snow line and kind of chase that little area because you're looking for the green grass.
Right.
Wherever that stuff's going to green up first, usually it's down lower. And then as you get later in the season, it's going to start moving up the mountain. So like as you get later in the season, you know, those bears are going to be moving a lot more. And so then you have a lot more terrain to glass. But like early in the season, you know, those little pockets of green and just try to find the pockets of green underneath the snow line. And that's where, you know, utilizing all these tools we talked about there, like snowpack maps, you know, different satellite imagery you can do to see that sort of things. But the biggest thing, like most people know, like bears are going to be on, you know, for the most part, south-facing slopes. What's going to green up first? A south-facing slope, because you know, north-facing is getting all that shade during the day. So you're going to want to look at the south-facing slope. But another thing you want to look at too is, well, you don't just want to focus everything on south-facing. Like I could pull up, shameless plug, GOHUNT Maps terrain analysis tool.
Yep. Promo code podcast.
Get you $50 in the GOHUNT gear shop. Get you all the research tools. Get you maps, everything, and say this elevation. But you might not know that elevation until you've been there before. That's the one benefit we have is I bear hunt enough, so I know the elevation I'm looking at in the areas I want to go. So I have the elevation picked out. And I don't just want to look at the south-facing slopes because, I mean, could be bears anywhere. So you want to also look at other areas. So what I found is like south-facing slopes are really, really good, but an east-facing slope can also be just as dynamite or sometimes even better. Mm-hmm. Because that's where sometimes there just seems like there's a lot of good grass on those. And so like you're not just wanting to pick out one habitat on the map and try to figure that out. And then once you hunt it more, then you can start taking into, you know, degree of slope too. Like that could come into play. Like the places I like to bear hunt, the steeper, the nastier, the better. Yeah. Because what's that going to do? I want an old bear that just lives up there and is just waiting his years to die.
So those mature bears will pull off into that kind of country.
But also the second part of it, caveat, hunters might not want to hunt that type of stuff because it's like, it's going to be physically taxing to get into that area to hunt it. Yeah, you might be able to glass a bear. Glassing a bear and killing a bear is two totally different things. Yep. You might not be able to shoot across a canyon because the distance could be so great. So now what are you going to have to do? You have to get on the same face as that bear. Yep. You're going to be going up vertical. Mm-hmm. You're going to be crawling your way through all this stuff, all these rocks, all this nasty stuff, slipping, sliding, because everything could be wet. There could be snow melt coming down to find another finger ridge to then shoot across on it at. And it's like, those are the type of terrain features that I look for because to set myself up for success and also might, in my head, weed out some of the other people. Yeah, I'm not saying, you know, I'm the best or whatever it is, but just like I'm trying to find things that other people might avoid just because it looks too nasty or maybe it looks too steep.
You're strategizing against competition. Yeah, and at the same time looking for good spots.
You're kind of hunting other hunters.
Yeah, for sure.
And so I'm just looking at all those terrain features and also just looking for a lot of stuff where I have a lot of different backup plans.
So something I've heard about spring bears is they only eat green in the spring. Is that true?
Yeah, I mean, towards later in the year, then you get some fawns and stuff like that, calf stuff, and then you can start to look at the like elk and deer, their calving grounds. You can start to key in on some of that stuff. You're getting towards that June time frame and maybe hunt some bears.
So does it start to change around like May, June? Is that
Yeah.
when the feed starts to their feed choice starts?
Yeah,
to
they
change?
like green grass for the most part and all that. Just
I've always heard, when they come out of the den, like
Yeah,
first thing is
green
just
grass.
straight green.
Yep.
Is that true?
So that's why I'm trying to find the greenest green I
Yeah.
can possibly find. And again, trying to find those patches because you look at a lot of stuff that looks maybe great green grass, but they all of a sudden figure out some other area as, brighter green grass that's like looks better. And there's, enough topography around there where a bear might feel a little bit safe, doesn't want to come out in the open. Maybe he's, doesn't like the rain and stuff like that. So he's hiding out. Or maybe think about if you're going really early, where might these bears be denning? You hunt kind of that same similar area where you could assume they might be denning and try to get a bear that's coming out that might be really lethargic and just kind of sitting there. Because like I said, I've seen bears certain times of the year where you're like, oh, there's a big old bear right there. We're going to sneak in there and try to kill him the next day. Never shows up. Where'd he go? I don't know. But it's like sometimes the bears just don't do two things.
Like back to the
back.
den, or what do they do?
I don't know if he just went in the timber, just hid out, or went up and over the mountain range, found some greener grass somewhere else. But sometimes you find a bear and you'll see him for 3 days in a row, and other times you see a bear, you try to go on him and hunt him, and you won't see him again. It's like that's where it gets hard to know. Like, do you sit there and wait? Do you go look for other bears? Was that a giant bear? Is that a cool color phase that you're looking for? But I think if you just find like these areas, like that's why I use training analysis tool all the time, because I can set my parameters and I have so many other waypoints from other previous engagements of hunting that my data is now getting a lot bigger, and I know how to hone in on some of these areas. Same thing I do with mule deer, and just trying to find the exact terrain they liked in a certain time of year and just add that to your toolkit.
Yep.
So where do these, like you're talking about the green grass, but like where do these bears like then go in like after they're done eating? Do you want to like look at some spots where there's like a lot of like a giant timber patch, and then there's going to be like maybe a meadow there with some green grass where you like, that bear is going to probably be sleeping in that timber patch and then crawl its way out and then eat that green grass, and then it's probably going to pattern that you're going to
Exactly that same way. Yeah, you see one, he's out in the open, you stalk him, you don't see him anymore. Well, he's probably somewhere in that timber patch. Like a bear's not just going to run around in the springtime. Like if you're hunting him early, there's not that rut phase, so he's not chasing or anything yet. And kind of hone in on it. The biggest thing that time of year is just everyone, just need to do your due diligence, because I've seen a lot of bears where you glass it up, you're like, oh, it's a giant bear, let's go kill it. You're all jacked and amped. And you get over there, you start sitting down in the situation, start looking around, and then all of a sudden you find the cubs.
Yep.
Like there's a lot of times where you'll see cubs up in the tree.
Blew your wad getting to it.
Getting all the way over there. It's a
cubs.
giant sow. Looks like a super old, but you didn't know it was a sow at first because sometimes they're hard to judge, but had all the characteristics, was kind of waddling back and forth, and you just got to like really look around because there's a lot of sows with cubs during that time of year, and then you just want to,
Yeah, you got to make extra sure.
And
I could see blowing your wad, getting there and
Get
going,
all the way over
holy
there.
shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
You eat a lot of bear, right?
Oh, I love bear.
Yeah.
Love bear meat. Yeah.
You use bear fat to cook into.
I rendered all my bear fat. I still have, I was surprised at how much bear fat you actually get off some of these spring bears, and then how long it lasts. Like I cook all the time. I cook wild game every single night and use bear fat all the time. I still have a bunch of jars of bear fat.
That's what I was going to ask you. Are you low on bear meat right now?
I'm just about out of bear meat. I went through a big phase like a month ago where I had bear meat for like 3 weeks straight.
Yeah, you had it in here every day.
But like
literally every day.
Bear burritos are just bear rice and black beans.
But you're good on the bear fat?
I have tons of bear fat still.
I would like to cook in some bear fat. It'd be nice.
It's really cool when you render it down, like how bright, like yellow it looks. It looks like better than any sort of olive oil you've ever had. And then all of a sudden it'll start hardening up and get white and thick. And like you think like, oh yeah, it's got to smell like a nasty bear. Like it kind of smells when you cook it.
Really?
When you stick your nose in it, it's like, it doesn't really smell like anything anymore.
Really?
So you can do so. I think like bear. That's one thing that's really cool about bears. Like you can do more things with bears than most people think. Like sure, there's states where, you might not be required to take the bear meat, and people have a bad mentality about bears. Like, oh, you're gonna get trichinosis, all that stuff. But bear meat's actually really phenomenal.
You're gonna eat yours if you kill one?
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's. I I want to kill these animals to eat them. So that's the plan for sure. Is to.
You want to self-sustain live.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's like one of like the biggest things that like drove me to like want to pursue like this thing of hunting was like, eliminating like the grocery store. Like, sure, I'll go out and like, I'm not going to eat bear like after I kill those for like 6 months straight, but like, it's going to be nice. Like Brady. Yeah.
You could.
I'm not that big of a bear eater thus yet. We'll see. Maybe if I eat it, I'm just like, wow, this is amazing. Like I'll eat bear for 6 months and have to go hunt again, but I'm going to eat it 100%. One thing that I'm excited for and like kind of want to like ask Brady, it's like, if we do harvest a bear, like how does that meat taste? Like I always see like these YouTube videos, like they'll, you know, cut up some steaks and whatnot, and like make the little shish kebabs. Like, is that amazing, or is it? How
are
is
you
it?
eating them on the mountain? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, that's
like
what I'm
on the mountain.
Yep.
That's where I kind of draw the line.
Really?
Yeah.
Nick. Sure, I could take a bunch of the bear fat, drop it in my jet boil, get that all going, drop some meat in there. But like when I cook bear meat at home, I'm cooking that thing for, it seems like 40 minutes when I'm doing my burger.
Just to make
like
sure.
the ground burger, just like make sure like on the mountain, I don't eat bear meat on the mountain.
No.
Yeah.
Even though I would, maybe if someone else was with me who's done a lot longer and they fully were comfortable with it, but I've just never done it on the mountain, and it kind of just frightens me a little bit because of that trichinosis side. Like, yeah, I just said earlier, trichinosis, you know, you just got to cook it really well. But like, one, I'm not wanting to burn all my fuel.
Yeah.
Unless we're both tagged out early and we have tons of fuel, then sure, I might try it because we're on the mountain. But it's like that thought in my head, you know, I want to do it right and just bring it home and cook it properly.
That makes a lot of sense to me.
Yeah.
I get that for sure.
How do you how do you prep your meat when like, because I know you butcher your own meat. So like, are you you're mostly like making burger, right?
Yep, I grind it all into ground burger, and then I basically just make burritos out of it, or ground meat and rice with beans.
That's
and
what you've been eating for the last 3 weeks.
Yeah, and I do mix it. Like bear, I usually do like probably a little bit more pork fat. But I usually probably do like 10 or 15%. There's just bacon in pieces, and I mix it with sage seasoning. Sage seasoning is key on everything.
Really?
I love sage seasoning grounded with meat.
I'm going to have to try this.
Yeah. I kind of want to try out like bear sausage. I've heard like good things from bear sausage. So I'm kind of want to try that.
I just like the ground aspect because I know I can cook it to the point where it's starting to get black, and it's not like it's burnt, but it's like I know it's well cooked by that point.
Yeah.
I'm not going to get sick from it.
Yeah.
But yeah, the nice thing is you can get all your bear research too on GoHunt. There's a lot of Western states that offer
a lot
bear hunting. You know, like you have the big three. You have Idaho, Wyoming, Montana. You have Arizona.
Yeah, Arizona's a good
lot of
one.
over-the-counter stuff. A lot of other states, you know, have some draws. You know, Oregon has some draw hunts in the spring. Utah has some draw hunts. But like, there's so much cool bear information out there. And like on GoHunt with Insider, like you don't just have deer, elk, sheep, antelope.
Yeah. Hit them with the true promo code right now.
Yeah. So like we always say, like we want you guys to have the best research. We want you guys to go hunting. We want you to experience all the things that we are passionate about. So like best way to do that, we want to get you guys a little kickback for signing up for GoHunt's Insider account. So use promo code podcast when you sign up for Insider, and that's going to get you 50 points to the GoHunt Gear Shop. Every point in the GoHunt Gear Shop is worth $1. So that's $50 you have to spend on anything.
Big money.
Save some money, putting more cool gear in your pocket, getting some, you know, where they need freeze-dried meals, where they need some new socks, put those towards an optic purchase, boots, backpack, whatever it may be. And then you're going to have the full Insider suite of tools. You got filtering 2.0, you got draw odds, you got Insider only application strategy, articles, point tracker, hunt planner, all these cool things that we all use on a daily basis. Like right now, hunt planner could be
and
a
we
big
cover
one.
bear in the application strategies.
Yep. So all that stuff, like filtering 2.0, we have bear data. We have a number of bears harvested. We have season dates. Is it over the counter? Is it a draw hunt? How many points you might take? Like I build up points in other states for bears. Like
I just bought a preference point for Colorado today.
Yeah. So it's like there's opportunity out there for bear hunters. And, you know, the great thing is, and some people might hate me for saying it, but like you don't see a lot of people bear hunting. You really don't. People keep harping all the time like, oh, people are making it more popular and that sort of thing. Well, it's still like it is a cost thing to go out spring bear hunting. It's not cheap.
It adds another hunt to the season.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so it's like more time away. Like, are you willing to spend that time to go bear hunting, or are you going to spend it towards your elk hunt? But it's like, to me, I can get out there, I can hunt, I can test myself, test my gear again, and I like being alone.
Yeah.
So that's why I like going bear hunting in these steep, nasty places where there's no one else. So like, there's plenty of opportunity out there. Just pick a state, do your research, jump on GoHunt maps, start diving in. Like I said, train analysis tool is the perfect tool to help find your bear hunt.
Totally agree.
Start putting those data points together, or like I said earlier, even though I don't fully believe it, but you could use it to, in a way, learn your unit, learn the roads, learn the access points, learn.
You can definitely get to a point where you're wasting less time than you would have if you didn't use it.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's just bear hunting. Bear hunting is just fun.
Yeah. And it is that's kind of the changing landscape of hunting overall. Is everybody's talking about the opportunities going away? There's still opportunity. It's just the species are different. You know, it's like some of those, you know, second choice, don't burn your point draws in Colorado. Yeah, they've changed. They've definitely changed. But bear hunting's still a thing. Still a lot of opportunity. Javelina still a thing. A lot of opportunity. It's just a little bit. It's just different. You know, it's just another. It's a new way to get those opportunity hunts in, get the reps under the belt.
Yep.
And it sounds like, which honestly, I've never been like ultra interested in bear hunting, but listen to you talk about how it correlates to that high country mule deer, that kind of stuff. That's something I would be bought into immediately and want to go do it. No question about it.
Yeah. Especially like, I always think about like how you could, you know, find these species that kind of make it like, for me, like the biggest thing, it's like, I want to go like in these like steep, nasty like spots that Brady's like always talking about. So like the fact that you could kind of like pick out this species like bear and we could, you know, make a hunt that we like both want to do where it's like steep and nasty. And like, it's not like one of those areas where it's like, you know, you could only go kill bear here and like, you know, it's going to be like what you expect. But like, you could kind of like ultimately like decide where you want to go bear hunting and then make it the hunt you want to be, whether you want to be, you know, somewhere like Arizona or like somewhere up north. You know, it's
I want to be
like,
warm this time of year. Send me to Arizona.
And the nice thing is too, these mountain ranges are giant. There's plenty of opportunity out there. There's plenty of places to get away. There's plenty of little hidden gems when you start looking at the data. You know, there's a lot of stuff you can do to figure out and hone in on your bear unit. And like I said, you might not see anyone, you might see a few people, but at least you're out hunting. At the end of the day, you're out hunting, you're out having fun.
Yeah, I can't wait to do a follow-up when you guys get back. This is going to be good.
Hopefully it's
going to be really good.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I mean, I can't, 60 more days can't come fast enough.
62, what did I say?
62.
62 more days can't come fast enough. I can't remember what I said. Yeah, this is going to be awesome. We got to do a follow-up when you guys get back.
We'll do. Well, I appreciate you jumping on the podcast, Omar.
Thank you, Omar.
Yeah, thanks for having me, guys.
Welcome to the Big Hunt Guys, or I should
and
say
when I got the
goodbye,
invite to this, I loved it because of the title.
Yeah.
And only those who know will know. But Brady, tell them the title of this podcast that was on my calendar.
Bears beats Battlestar Galactica, or was it the other one?
Bears
Bears Battlestar Galactica.
Bears beats Battlestar Galactica.
Yeah, that's the best one. We got to do the Office reference.
Yeah, have to. All right. Thank you, Omar.
Yeah, thank you guys. Appreciate it.